Have you run payroll before?
Paying my team with Gusto couldn't be easier. Gusto gives me unlimited payroll runs, next-day direct deposits, and automatically files my taxes. Saves me time.
Wow, that's nice.
Over here, Doc. Can I run payroll too?
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/radio to sign up for free.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's Conversational Radio Show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Those days, used to remember the straight race. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty. And I looked at them, but I was smart then. I said, first of all, I said, when I tell you get off the board, you get off the board, I'll kick you out again, but I shouldn't have called you, Esther Williams. I apologize for that.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
I don't feel no ways time.
Shut up, silly woman.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into the program. News and views in the afternoon on a Monday. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Both Eddie Bader and Sky Mosley are here. And I have to say, I'm in pain today, but it's not over the Iron Bowl. Because I must admit, being there in person, I was very grateful to be there in person, even with the Auburn loss. What a game.
What a game.
What a game to remember. That's the one that you can't plan. And it got me thinking about sports and politics and all this stuff. The best stuff, ain't it the things that you can't plan? Like, you know, wrestling's always scripted, and sometimes they nail it on AEW or WWE. Certainly. But often it's kind of like, well, even as good as wrestling can be, it's never as good when a real sport, an unchoreographed sport where there are clear winners and losers. Don't get me started on your conspiracies. I can already see Eddie champing at the bit, whatever it is, about the referees and the holding. And yeah, there's some terrible calls all over the damn field.
All the way around, though. All the way around. I'll say that.
But nothing compares to actual sports when it kind of goes a way that everybody hopes, but nobody really expects. With that Auburn team being honestly that bad,
yeah,
to hold in there with Alabama and honestly without any turnovers on Alabama's part,
right,
which was pretty remarkable. I was amazed at seeing Auburn really pull through, but I hadn't been to a game in a while, in Jordan-Hare in a while.
Yeah.
Well, these seats were bougie, I think, as the kids say. Or they were high class. They weren't a box seat,
yeah,
but we're like essentially below upper deck, covered in a nice your own chair, like at a baseball game.
40-yard line too. Weren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It kind of tilted a little bit. So when they're in the south end zone, I could see everything perfectly.
Nice.
Go check out Facebook. See, I shot a video of one of the Auburn touchdowns, and it's like right in front of me. But even from my spot on the north end of the field, that final play, I didn't need replay. I'm like, that guy caught the ball and got 2 feet in.
Yeah.
There's no need for that. And it was heartbreaking, but having not been in that stadium for years now, I can't remember the last time I was there. When Auburn's leading into that fourth quarter, there was something magical in that arena. Like, they now turn the lights down, they get the music going. Like, you started to see this entire, especially the student body, was like a single organism swaying back and forth. And you saw the joy on people's faces. It reminded me of, I have the clip ready to go. Y'all familiar with the British fella,
yes,
Stephen Fry?
That came over to Jordan-Hare.
Yeah, during an Iron Bowl.
Yeah, my wife has watched it every year before the game.
Right.
She's a big Auburn, graduate and all. Yeah, it's remarkable.
And it's seeing your own backyard through the eyes of a foreigner.
Right.
And he describes it as preposterous, wasteful, amazing. He describes it all these things, and he's sitting there crying as the pageantry's going on. When the eagle comes flying down, when he freaks out when the flyover happens.
I believe it happened at a time when neither team really had a whole lot at stake, too.
Right.
Which fascinated. the English man.
Yeah, and he said it was like a local derby between two different backyard schools, and that's the beauty of it. You can't really plan a game to go that way. I don't think either coach would want to plan the game to go that way. Talk about Heart Attack Central. But that's one for the history books. And though it was disappointing having to walk back to the car and then drive back to Montgomery, being the losers, I expected Auburn to lose despite my hopes.
Oh, I think we
and
all did.
predictions.
But not like that.
Yeah.
I was just happy to see them hang in there as long as they did. I mean, there were certainly very many disappointing moments, but I kept looking at the scoreboard going, we're still in this.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, we're still in this. Oh, wow, we're ahead. Okay, well, we're still in this.
And there are a lot of mistakes made by Auburn, like the muffed punt.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that shouldn't have happened. Because he slipped, right? It wasn't even anybody pushed him. I think he slipped,
he slipped
as he was catching it, and that's what set the ball.
Was that the regular return, man?
I think so.
Okay.
Y'all's quarterback, he's the man. That guy's
good.
That guy is
Watch
good.
in the flow of this game, Alabama came out, and they were just going to take care of business.
Yeah.
And suddenly...
That's what it looked like right from the get-go.
Suddenly Auburn found their heart
and
decided as a team, we can do this.
Yeah.
And I was most impressed with Auburn. And throw out the comparative scoring with New Mexico State and all that, especially for this game.
I told you that was a head fake.
Oh, yeah. Well, I agree. We talked about the Vegas bookmakers and how that was just an anomaly.
Yeah.
Okay, it just hadn't happened.
When they really did pull out all the stops, there are plays I saw Auburn do. I hadn't seen them do that one.
Oh, man. I think it was number 6, just wide open. Nobody around him.
Yeah, so, again, amazing. And if you haven't been to an Iron Bowl, even if you're just tailgating, go every once in a while. Maybe you're the person that does it every year, and good for you. But if you hadn't been in a while and you love that game, you love either one of those teams, go.
What is it about that House of Voodoo over there?
I don't know.
That's all I could think about was you saying that the entire game.
I kept telling y'all, man.
You're right. Everything kept coming up.
Well, in that first one where they called it a block in the back on the kickoff, it was clearly a face mask. In the stadium, the sound was deafening, and they booed the refs for an entire series.
Okay, I looked it up. I was very curious about that. And the man that was blocked, the Bama man that was blocked in the back, apparently the SEC officiating crew, and I am not here to defend them.
Right.
Okay? They were atrocious.
They were good.
But apparently the official explanation was, as the Bama player was blocked in the back, that caused the face mask.
Oh, wow.
That's what they said.
Well, from one angle, he's clear he's barely touched. It wasn't blocked on.
But he was blocked into that.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
So that's how they did it.
Let's be
and
honest.
then they spent the next rest of the half making up for it, calling back 2 Bama touchdowns.
As they were looking at the check with all those zeros on it, they said, hey,
stop.
that face mask was caused because that guy got pushed in the back.
Now we're getting into the usual
if
boomer
you were going
crap
to fix
here.
a game, you would not fix it like that. That's too close.
Everybody sweating.
Okay.
Let's go to line 1, 272-9228 if you want to get on this. We'll get to the news eventually. You're on there. Who's this?
St. James.
Hey, St. James. How you doing?
Hey, Joey. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Hey, are you the only Auburn fan in the studio?
No, Eddie's one.
Eddie's one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I had, and believe me, I'm not a sports fan whatsoever. It don't really matter with me, Auburn, Alabama, Philadelphia Eagles. But I do watch sports sometimes. And also, I'm a friend of Stevie Wonder. He flew in to watch a game with me.
The Stevie Wonder?
Yeah, the Stevie Wonder.
Shaq said he wasn't blind.
Wow.
Shaq
did
say that.
Anyway, I know a lot of things factor into whether a team win or lose, but the 800-pound gorilla in the room to me was what was the last with under a minute left? Was it like before the football, before the touchdown?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, like I said,
41 seconds.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Auburn had the game. That they should have. I think the coach should have called timeout and told the defensive lineman. I might have the position wrong. The quarterback is only allowed to touch the football. He shouldn't be able to bring it up to his waist. That's just how much they should have rushed him. Not only did they allow him to throw the ball, But it seems like they danced around and gave him time to throw the ball.
Auburn rushed 2 men.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
One was being held.
You can't allow Milroe to stand back there.
Dude, he's the man.
With all that time to find somebody up. I still don't understand that rushing 2.
That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
And how do you rush 2 and have a man wide open in the corner?
Still have a man open, I know.
Come on.
Yes. No, so anyway, I called it and said, me and Stevie Wonder saw that. Anyway.
Wrote a song about it.
And Mark Cumby's writing on the live stream again, folks. Joey Clark Live on YouTube. Like and subscribe. And Cumby is saying your regular punt guy was out with an injury.
Thought so.
And
Punt
Coy
returner?
Moore, who had been replaced earlier in the season due to a muff punt, was out there. Oh, so he just went back to his old ways. Let's go to.
It's tough when you're on your own home field and you slip.
Let's go to Randy. Hey, Randy. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Did that guy just say, or did I misunderstand him, that Stevie Wonder flew in to watch the game with him?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Shaq called that a long time ago.
He's got one of those Braille televisions.
Yeah.
Stop.
Oh, that's what else here you are, Joe. Hey, but I'm calling for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
When do I pick up my Crystal Burger?
Oh yeah, he bet you a burger, Joey.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
I don't know. When I get by Crystal.
I was by the other day.
I should have got a whole bag of them, and y'all could have ate them with.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good idea.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to go. Yeah, I'm remembering now. I do owe you a Crystal Burger.
Get him a gift certificate.
Hey, but you know
I can just
what?
give you a 20 if you like, man. I don't want to have to go buy Crystal.
I'm all in for that 20. Hey, but I got to, that Jordan-Hare Stadium, Joey, has got voodoo in it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a voodoo stadium. It's been the craziest things on college football across the nation in Jordan-Hare Stadium.
No doubt.
Ain't that right, Eddie?
Yes, sir.
Oh, all day, every day.
Hey, Sky, are you an Auburn fan too?
No, I'm a Bama fan, but my wife's an Auburn graduate. A lot of my family and friends are Auburn, so I'm very sympathetic.
You're a smart one in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sympathetic. Yeah, I don't dislike Auburn. I just love Alabama.
Yeah, we're very fortunate and blessed in that regard. I'd never make it as an Auburn fan. Okay, I couldn't take it.
It ain't for everybody.
Couldn't take it.
It sure ain't for everybody. It takes a special breed to be an Auburn War Eagle.
It sure does.
Yeah, and then add to that on the NFL side, I'm a Buccaneers fan. It's just been an odd life.
Well, they're back to where they belong.
Goodness.
There's another thing I noticed though, being at the game, everybody's dressed to the nines, especially the ladies. A lot of good-looking ladies.
Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, I'm like, yeah, she's hot, but I bet she gets annoying after 5 minutes.
You've grown up.
Yeah,
right.
just a little bit of conversation. It's like, okay, sweetheart.
Man, how did you get to be 55 years old so fast?
Talk radio. Try talk radio.
No doubt.
I literally have an overactive trap or something going on with my neck. I'm in immense pain right now. I'm turning into an old man.
Hey, Joey.
Yeah.
Joey, you don't bet football, do you? Please don't, because you picked Tampa Bay and Auburn. You ain't got a prayer in hell.
I don't bet.
Nope.
That's good. All right, I'm gone.
See you, Randy.
Appreciate it, Randy. Hey, let's go to Red Top. Hey, Red Top.
Hey, Red Top.
Hey, am I on, guys?
Yes, sir. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, good, man. Didn't get the beef. Auburn really kicked our butts. That's all I got to say. It's a miracle Alabama won, and that quarterback is scalding guys. Damn, what a surprise. That's the best game they played all season. And you know what? I didn't think Alabama was going to win.
I think a lot of people felt that way.
I didn't either.
No, not the way they played that whole game. And Nick Saban got on his news conference and said everybody got a chance to play. I don't know about that crap. I think they just almost got their ass whipped. But they played. Now, Joey, we might want to start betting some money on this. How many days is it before they fire their coach because they didn't beat Alabama, so he's got another year at least.
No, you got to give Hugh Freeze time, man.
I'm just glad he don't quit anything else. Stick with it.
Let's look at history, though. Once they beat Alabama, these guys are dead.
Well, if you beat Alabama, now you're expected to win every game.
I did notice on the south side of the stadium as I'm walking up to it, there's this big, huge photo of Gene Chizik holding the national championship trophy.
Whatever happened to him?
And Coach of the Year. Well, apparently he got the big head.
Oh.
Seriously, he stopped. He kind of felt like the big man on campus, and he stopped the hard work and habits he had from the prior year.
Now, let me tell you, I was down here in Montgomery off of Woodley Road right after 2 o'clock, and I'll be damned if I didn't hear them jets take off from Danley Field.
Wasn't that beautiful?
It was incredible.
We heard them coming back. I believe they went back to Eglin, though, is what I heard.
Yes.
But we heard
I
them
was
going
wondering
back.
because I didn't hear nobody come back, but I sure heard them take off out of Danley.
They went back to Eglin. Odd.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
That is something.
We were looking it up. So.
Okay.
Joey, let me tell you real quick what we say about the Crystal. You go to Crystal and you get a gut bomb, a bowl of rot, some grease sticks, and a cup of sugar. You know what that is, don't you? Cheeseburger, chili, fries, and Coca-Cola.
There you go.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
I have to.
Especially if you're unhappy with yourself, like if you're depressed, like life's going good, but you don't like it. Yeah, go eat some Crystal. It'll keep the melancholy going.
I had me too the other day, and my arm and wrist pain went away right away after a big
Maybe I should try it with my neck here.
I'm telling you, rub some crystals on it.
And Joey, let's call out one of your sponsors, XI Repair.
Mm-hmm.
Kick butt on audio services, man. I went over there Saturday at 3. This flash drive stuff. Joey, I started on vinyl, so I've been through all the formatizing of all the formats, all 100 of them since I've been playing music. And so what they do now, since I have a flash drive master, they just put the flash drive in and make a copy right away. It's weird to me because I'm used to making a dupe for somebody and being able to listen to it. And so, I don't know what the hell a flash drive to flash drive is going to be because we were always used to be concerned about losing the generation. But apparently it's okay.
Yeah, for the most standards, it's fine. I mean, you have some audio files that insist on, send me a FLAC file. I want that full. I want that lossless quality.
Oh my
there,
God,
buddy.
There's number 101 for a FLAC file. Damn! I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm scared. I'm scared again.
Yeah, nobody uses them except it's a good way to transport high quality stuff. Anyway, I appreciate it, Red Top.
Roll Tide, no Trump. Thank you, sir.
More Eagle.
Rock on.
Oh, look at all these calls rolling in here.
Yeah.
Let's go to Biloxi Gambler.
Hey, Joey, you won the bet.
I did.
Yeah, because it's 14. Alabama's favored by 14.5 points. Unless y'all bet the money line. If you bet the money line, then just go get a Crystal, eat half of it, and throw him the rest. That's why we don't have gambling in Alabama. People too stupid to figure it out.
I'm very stupid, I admit.
I ain't saying you're stupid.
Joey. You got to get your points, man.
Yeah.
14.5 points. Yeah, they only won by 3.
46.5 or 48.
48?
Yeah, I believe it's 48.
With the over-under?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it worked out to about 32-18 if you did the math. As I recall.
Yeah, so it was under and Auburn, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I never bet the Auburn Alabama game. You crazy? I've watched them all live.
Lord, that's a smart gamble.
See, I didn't
right
bet
there,
it either.
man.
I was going to take the over.
Yeah, told you, man.
Yeah, I didn't
I'm
bet
not
it.
sure
I
you
was going to
dusted.
take the over.
No, man. There's been some Auburn Alabama games that have been 55-0. So no.
You never know.
I love the game when it comes down to it. Often it does, like that kick six.
Yeah.
And now we got this one. Especially after he muffed the punt, he had those orange gloves on to make sure he didn't drop it.
No glue on him, though.
Yeah, boy, that's embarrassing.
Forgot the glue.
And
stick them. It really works.
That's a real embarrassment. I'd burn those gloves. But anyway, so he'll live on forever. And then when he snaps the ball past the quarterback before he calls for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it's going to turn back the other way. That's the kind of game I love. It could have gone either way.
It was crazy.
And Auburn did a great job. They got nothing to hang their head about. The only thing that I tell people, though, is, is this the team that really wants to face Georgia Saturday? I don't think so.
Yeah,
that's man,
I think
ugly.
Ohio State lost. Yeah, but I think they got a case to say still put us in the playoff.
Yeah,
because Alabama didn't beat Auburn by enough to make a show after what New Mexico State did. So if they barely beat Georgia, even if they beat Georgia, it's going to be a mess. But and they lost to Texas already.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Alabama's last game this year before the bowl game is going to be Atlanta. That's going to be it with the SEC championship.
And what, next year it goes to 12 teams?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Man.
That'd be ideal this year.
Yeah.
But,
it would be. This is the year I don't think it's too late to change. They ought to do it this year. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it. I love the game, though. Wasn't it fun?
It was. I had a blast going. I wouldn't.
Too much fun.
That'll stick in the memory for a while.
Great cap to Thanksgiving weekend, and I'm glad you were there, Joey. You picked a good game to go to. You need to go to all of them now so we can all enjoy it.
Let's get him some tickets for next year's Iron Bowl right away.
Well, and they were, what are they called? It was the South Club seats. So there was free food, like hot dogs and nachos and chips, and they even had like Thanksgiving style, like hot meals ready to go, like mac and cheese and I think some sort of like fancy chicken they had going on there. I mostly stuck to hot dogs.
They have any Busch Light?
I didn't have Busch Light. They had Coors, they had Miller, they had no Bud Light.
That's not
strange.
Or at least I didn't see it. Like, you're not catching me. You're not tricking me tonight. Not with it. I don't care if it's UFC.
Just put it out there.
I don't care if they sponsor the UFC now. I ain't ready.
No matter how bad it gets,
Right.
I ain't having it.
I didn't notice any Busch Light over there, but the beer was expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was like $6 for a
Okay, so it wasn't a comp.
No.
Club. Okay, I got it.
No, like the food was free.
Yeah.
The soft
okay.
drinks were free.
That's what you gotta pay
all
for
that's
alcohol.
gone.
Don't
Yeah,
you
you had to
remember
pay for the alcohol.
Back in the 80s, bars would have little finger food for free.
Mm-hmm.
So you would go there.
Taco night.
Right, man. And they would put all kinds of salt on there because you got thirsty. Yeah. You had to order some beers.
Eddie's always got the angle, doesn't he?
For a break, let's hit Sam here. Hey, Sam, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. But I had to comment on this, guys. Joey, you're absolutely right. The feeling, it was palatable. That's a nice word. It was in the room with me. The feeling that this was going to be our year. This was it, man. I had a death grip on my shaker. I was watching that, and yeah, man, teeth gritted. I was like, no one can take this from us. And
well, the first series, I thought that's the worst first series I've seen a quarterback play.
Thought, here we go. There it is.
But they picked it back up.
I know, man. But I've kind of commented on it on and off during the season. When would we feel it that we could beat Bama? And every one of us, man, it was just so. But that's the Auburn experience. Auburn,
that's right.
Being an Auburn fan, yeah, every once in a while. But
no, and
it wasn't our time. We all got a little taste.
Just to expand on this, like I'm not the type that keeps up with sports, and I don't keep up even with football. Like I might watch an Auburn game if it's on in the background, but I've become more like my father. Where I really, I graduated there. I could really give a damn on it. I don't live and die on Saturdays or Sundays for that matter anymore. But I did as a kid. There was a time there when I was 14, 15, 16, I wanted to be a football coach. Like I loved the X's and O's. I loved the game itself. And I knew all the trivia from people back then playing those games. But it's just fallen off. And what was cool about being there is that love of the game and a little bit of knowledge was all kind of coming back. I'm like, oh yeah. It's a reminder of what I love. But, unfortunately, at Thanksgiving dinner, we got all these men, and, like a man's man. My cousin Annie married a man's man. And he's like, what do you think about, the playoff coming up? And I'm like, I don't know. Recently, I watched Hamlet. You got any comments on that?
Yeah.
Did he take some testosterone off his arm and rub it on you or something? Make you more manly?
Don't tell. No, I'm cooking. Don't you mess with it. Oh,
wait a minute. Hey, Joey
still
Clark.
Cooking.
Good to hear.
Mr. Clark is talking to a lot of people. Yeah, but a lot of us out here, we love the sport. Sports is supposed to be pure, honest, well regulated.
But none of the above.
It's still Yeah, but still we loved it, and it was. I appreciate a blowout as much as the next person, but dang, what a game! And I just, but I'd make those jokes, man. Auburn fan is all about pain management. Guys, gosh, thank y'all. I'll talk to you later. How about that?
Appreciate it, Sam. How are you?
I went to rewatch it last night and literally made it through, I think, the second play, and I still had raw emotions. I had to turn it off.
What are you, a sadist?
I got to watch it. I like to watch it again and analyze it, but it was still, the wounds were still fresh, man.
4th down and 31. Goal to go, 4th down, 31. This is it. The odds are, I think ESPN was saying it was like, ridiculous.
Oh, gazillion to 1.
I got witnesses on this. I said, they're going to score. And I was asked, seriously? I said, man, I would be a bit surprised. Touchdown.
Yeah.
You could just kind of feel that it was
felt
going to go wrong there after the muff punt.
I kind of had a feeling, too, and I was like, they're going to hold somebody. They're going to do some holding, and they're not going to call it.
That's every play, man.
It's really bad.
Especially that inside stuff, grabbing them up here, inside the shoulder.
See, but I do love the guys that, have fallen back in love with football.
Yeah.
And they're, the most, if only I was on the field coaching that game.
Oh, yeah. I'll show you how to do it.
They couldn't even run down the stairs without cramping.
Right, it's fun. You got to control the line of scrimmage. Go north and south, son. Don't go sideways.
Like you never got in a 3-point stance while you're watching football?
Catch the ball with your hands. Don't cradle it. Like all the stuff you learned in high school ball?
Yeah.
I like to call plays.
Catch the ball, then run.
Don't leave your feet. Form tackle. Drive through them.
I know so much more than that offensive coordinator in the booth. Man, why don't they run a counter play right here? It's wide open. Come on.
No, there is the rare bird who's kind of the sideline coach who knows the plays, watch game film. But that's not an often occurrence. It's usually just a casual fan.
Pretty rare.
It always
loudmouth in the living room.
It always cracks me up a little bit. But here, let's hit this quick break. First, this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services. And there at Pest Pro Services, Ashley and her team are ready to help you. Don't you want to be jam up and jelly tight in terms of stopping those pests when we hit into these winter months? A little colder today.
Yeah, colder today. I think colder the next couple of days. So they are going to be looking for a warm place.
Right. And I've noticed that with the place I'm in right now. Yeah, it's I was trying to relax, nurse my neck on the couch last night, and I'm kind of laying back like this, and I look up, and I'm like, is that a massive wasp?
Oh, is that right, Joe?
I'm just cursed with the wasps.
It's getting better all the time.
And so I saw it fly over, land on the wall. I grabbed my shoe that was on the ground. I've done it enough where I hit it and smash them, and then, but I don't want to have to do that anymore.
Make the call, Joe.
Now, I'm going to tell my landlord, even though I only got a month left in this place, you better get Pest Pro Services on the job.
No doubt.
265-9990, because it could be something more than wasps.
Oh, it could be.
Spiders are coming like crazy right now.
Well, it's getting chilly. I mean, it won't be unpredictable for a mouse to sneak in your house because it's cold out.
Right. Have you ever had a mouse?
No, I have 2 cats and a dog, so they don't. My neighbors have mice, but I don't. But you know why? Because I got Pest Pro Services. Thank you very much.
There you go. So call them up today. Any of your pest control needs, 265-9990. That's 265-9990. Or you can always go to ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. When you want to know, call a pro, Pest Pro Services, and be sure to tell them, well, you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon. More news and views. You all want to keep talking about the Iron Bowl. I'm game, because when I looked at the news cycle this morning, I'm like, still miserable. Though we do have a fun study coming up. After stuffing your face for Thanksgiving, I just want you to know, you're not alone. In fact, to not be regular is quite regular these days in America. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with the updated market report. Over the past 11 and a half months, over 4,100 homes have sold and closed in our MLS system with an average price of $245,000. Houses are selling at listed price throughout the river region, and over 35% 10% are selling in the first 30 days on the market. Rising interest rates tend to keep some people from buying, but it didn't stop over 4,100 families from buying this year. There's a cost to waiting and expecting rates to fall, and that cost is appreciation, which has been rising nearly every month for the last 2 years. So the house that you delay buying this year could cost you $35,000 more next year, even if the rate falls. One alternative is to buy now, refinance when rates improve, and that way you are not paying more for the house that you really wanted. For the facts, call Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group at 221-2883 or 551-0225.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon, and we have some exciting news to share with you. We've been serving the state of Alabama for many, many years, and now we are able and ready to offer the same great mortgage financing in Georgia and Florida as well.
Our company may be Alabama Home Mortgage, but now we can finance your Georgia home mortgage and your Florida home mortgage too. We couldn't be more excited to extend our customer base to our neighboring states. For years, we have had customers call us in hopes we could assist them with purchasing their vacation cabin in North Georgia or their dream home in Florida. And now we can. For those of you who have family and friends that live in Florida and Georgia, be sure to tell them the good news.
Whether you are looking to purchase or refinance a home located in Alabama, Georgia, or Florida, you owe it to yourself to give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time.
It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228 if you want to join the program. So did y'all eat good for Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah.
All of us.
Man, are you kidding?
What was the best thing on the plate?
The homemade dressing that we made Friday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and this time this is an ancient family recipe.
Yeah.
That we've had to decipher from faded ink and tears and blood. God knows what, turkey grease. And we've been working on it for what?
A little salmonella on there, perhaps?
Yeah, probably. Working on it for years and years. We actually wrote it up this year. It takes about 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we do it on Friday. So
that's pretty cool.
Did you know you can't get salmonella from salmon?
Thanks, Joey.
Thanks, Joey.
You should try some old salmon tonight.
Nah,
see if I'm right.
I've had old salmon. It's not good. Even salmon jerky.
I think it's good for you.
It's a good band. Leftover Salmon.
Leftover
Remember
salmon?
them? Yeah.
No, I don't, but I'll take your word for
it. They were great.
I think my favorite was all the mac and cheese. And actually, I'm a fan of dips, like I was going over last week.
Yeah.
And my Aunt Kim makes this fierce corn dip with like a bunch of cheese and jalapenos there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that sounds good.
And then they stole this idea from Acre where you season some saltines with little paprikas.
Oh, yeah.
But then you get pimento cheese and, you bake them a little bit. And then pimento cheese and then Conecuh sausage bites. And you build your own cracker.
What could go wrong?
See, I'm an hors d'oeuvres guy. I could snack all day.
Yeah.
Right. And then and I got to try some fried turkey. It was freaking great.
Was it?
Actually, I was surprised.
Really?
Like, let's try a little bit.
Wasn't dry or anything? Wasn't fried?
No, and even the breast.
That's
Juicy.
the whole thing. It seals it in.
It's supposed to, but I've had one that was cooked a little too long.
Yeah.
It was a little jerky-ish.
Turkey cinder you got there?
Yeah, but fried's the way to go. I was like, okay, I'm sold on that. I'm usually not a turkey guy, but
this
I'm
was
sold.
Fried in the oil.
Yeah, fried in the oil. Yes.
Our oldest son has an air fryer.
Cuts
down on the visits from the fire department. We've learned. It's almost as good, too.
Well, how about this? Let's see who's on line one. You're on there. Who's this?
I'm just glad to see that all that time and money I spent on you, taking you to Auburn games, came back Saturday night.
Oh, my goodness, this is my uncle.
I hope you know who this was.
I was, your brother and I blame your brother. At the end of the second quarter, I'm old, so I had to go to the restroom. I said, don't let them score while I'm gone. I leave, and the next thing you know, we'll let them score. Yeah, well, I'm glad that worked. Eddie, I got to tell you a story about football and my nephew here. Okay, for years I took him to games with me. And we had a blast. I love Auburn football, but one of the best things about having those tickets was I got to know my nephews very well. So Joey's time passes, and he goes on to he's going to Auburn, and I take his younger brother Will. We're there for like 5 minutes, and Will looks at me and says, "Hey, Uncle Scott, I'm going to the concession stand. You want a Coke?" And I said, "You have money?" He goes, "Yeah, Mom gave me $40 before we left the house."
Yeah.
My sister had been giving Joey money for every game.
That does not surprise me at all. He's a bit of a miser.
And I was so mad, and then I realized I'd have done the same thing when I was his age. So he was getting to go to the games. He never had a hat. So I bought him a new hat every weekend, and then he was making $40 a game. I mean, what a racket!
He had a racket.
It proves we're family after all.
Yeah.
Also proves your brother not so smart. You should have cut him in on the racket, man.
Little brother's not so smart. Well, I'm glad you had a good time of the game. You got to sit with your other uncle. But I was going to tell you it was great seeing y'all. A great weekend up, of course, to the last 45 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
There were a lot of tears. There were a lot of tears in our house Sunday morning. It was not about the game. It was about your sweet niece leaving our home.
Ooh.
That's a special little girl, and it was great to meet her. So, yeah, I just don't get to listen to you as much as I like to, but to hear you say it came back to you, I was going, well, thank goodness I spent $1 million putting it in you.
Well, it was great seeing all this weekend. It really was amazing to see a great-grandchild get to meet her great-grandfather there. And the festivities, everything was great, too. Though I'll just out him. Bill likes to walk fast. Dadgum, I got shin splints.
Couldn't keep up?
Yeah, the Mon Senior is 60-something years old whooping me.
I know, my much older brother, he'll walk in the ground, and he's full speed. You got that. So, but you have a good rest of the show. I had to call in after you were. Football's coming back. I had you a job at Huntington College with Mike Curry.
You're right. Yeah.
If you don't remember that, I got you a job in football.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Well, you did all you could.
We got to get you up. We got to get you up here more often. See ya.
See ya. Always great to hear Uncle Scott there. 272-9228. See, you never know when I go to the phones who we're going to have on these airwaves.
That's why my mom doesn't have this number.
272-9228.
See if we can remedy that. I'd like to have her call in sometime.
Yeah.
Explain some things.
But here's another number for River Region Contracting, 356-8635. Now, what happens, Eddie, when you call 356-8635? You got to get your checkbook out?
No, not at all. The person answers the phone. It's usually a nice lady there. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. But she takes your address, takes a little bit of information from you, and then says, okay, would Thursday, Friday, whatever day she needs to schedule this is good for you. Come right on out. They'll give you an estimate, and they'll give you an inspection. How much so far have you spent? Absolutely nothing, Joey.
Wait, so the inspection and the estimate?
Absolutely free.
All the time?
All the time. And every time I've used them, which has been several times, that estimate has been 100% accurate at the end when they've asked for the check. There was no, hey, Eddie, we found this. Or, hey, Eddie, this caught us off guard. We're going to have to pay, charge you a little bit more. Never happened.
Wow. Well, so check them out today, folks, especially if you're just behind on an inspection. You should inspect your roof every 3 to 5 years for basic maintenance. So when you call 356-8635, you now know I'm not on the hook. And they're also insurance specialists.
That's right. And I've had several of my clients take advantage of that, and all of them have been pleased.
They'll walk you through that claims process, make it an easy process. So y'all check out River Region Contracting today, and be sure to tell Todd Clark and that great team there that Joey and Eddie and Sky from News and Views in the afternoon sent you. More news and views after this.
Joey Clark.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Actor Portrayal, based on a real patient experience.
I'm Mike. I'm a husband, proud father of 2, work my butt off 6 days a week, some nights too. When my family or my company needs me to make it happen, I make it happen. But a few months ago, I started having trouble making it happen, in the bedroom. I tried some pills online, but they didn't work. Honestly, I thought about throwing in the towel on my sex life, but I'm not that old. I still want to enjoy intimacy with my wife. Like that poet said, I don't want to just go gently into that good night. So I went to Montgomery Men's Health. Got some lab work done, was prescribed some meds, and wow, it made it happen. I can't say enough good about them. They took care of me, followed up, and made adjustments to make it happen even better. I even learned I had low testosterone, which they were also treating me for. And I have never felt better. If I were you and you're like me, I'd give them a call today at 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. If you're like most guys, they'll make it happen for you too.
Don't miss it. Today is the last day to take advantage of the gift card bonus special at Gray's Tire and Auto. Today, Monday, November 27th, stop by any location of Gray's, and for every $100 in gift cards you buy, starting at $200, you'll receive a bonus $25 gift card for every $100.
Use these cards as gifts, keep them for yourself. It doesn't matter. Name brand tires at rock bottom prices and the best repair warranty in the business. Only at Gray's Tire and Auto.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where dump truck drivers are in demand. Wiley Sanders is on the grow. We need dump truck drivers now. Call 855-77-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got a cool forecast for the next few days. Below normal temperatures at least till about Thursday. Today, look for a sun and cloud mix, a breezy, cool day with a high temperature in the mid-50s. Clear, chilly tonight. We'll end up in the low 30s by dawn. Partial sunshine, quite cool tomorrow with a high temperature up to about 54. How about 29 by dawn on Wednesday morning? Then I think we're headed for the upper 50s Wednesday, the mid-60s on Thursday with more sun. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Thank you once again for voting ASE the best credit union and best mortgage company in Central Alabama's Reader's Choice Awards. We're honored to serve our members for 69 years and counting.
ASE Credit Union, your life, your goals, your ASE.
Help solve unsolved crimes by watching Action 8 News. Look for our exclusive I-Team reports as we work with Central Alabama Crime Stoppers to solve murder mysteries and put criminals behind bars. Victims' families are counting on you to watch Action 8 News. Ever miss an Action 8 newscast? Catching up is easy with the free View It app. Watch the news live on your phone or see newscasts from the past 3 days. Download View It, search VUIT in your app store today, and stay on top of what's happening from Action 8 News.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. In a second, we'll come up with this brand new study about a large share of Americans who, well, they ain't all that regular, if I could put it that way.
You know what they need? Chili cheese fries.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Especially from the Crystals.
That'll straighten you out.
I don't know if that'll do it, Eddie.
It'll do
but first, kind of a final word here on the Iron Bowl from Sky Mosley.
I don't know if any of you old timers out there remember the great football commentator Keith Jackson.
Yep.
Whoa, Nelly. Fumble, all that. He was just terrific. And Keith Jackson used to say the reason they called it the Iron Bowl was because there was always so much scrap iron left over after the game.
Yep.
And it's true, and we've all heard it. And I just wanted to commend you gentlemen, you Auburn fans, for being such good sports and keeping it up here. There's a quote I'm not sure if this is one of mine or an old baseball coach I had a long time ago, a very wise man. He said, in losing, we reveal some of our character.
Oh, yeah.
But in winning, we reveal all of it. So y'all remember, we're all brothers and sisters here in the great state.
Man, I feel awful.
And I want my friends to be happy. My Auburn friends, my Auburn family. That's the one day of the year I don't care about.
I feel awful.
I know you do, man.
You feel awful.
I slashed his tires a while ago. I was in here.
I knew it was you. I smoked him out.
Wait, he put pictures of the guitar slash on your tires?
Is there another way?
It's even worse.
Without the hat.
But seriously, it's supposed to be a fun game.
It is.
It is. It's supposed to be a game at the end of the day. But, I mean, my mind goes all over the place when I'm there. Not only about the game itself, but you think about, like, the amount of money that is being spent.
I would just like have the parking money. All I want is the parking money for one day.
No, just my mind starts going there. Like all the economics of it is just massive.
Amazing. Yeah.
And it is over the top. And it isn't like it was a championship game. And it's yet still that over the top. And it gets me thinking about like Christmas decorations in the same vein. Is often a thing where you're like, why are you spending all that money, Ted, on all those lights, all those figurines that your electric bill's $1,000 a month? Why do you do this? It's because people remember you by it. It's because people enjoy and get a smile out of it. If all life was just make money and do serious, earnest things, man, people would off themselves that much quicker. But the beautiful thing is, you've got guys who work their tails off and to make a bunch of money. And it's not, they don't get to do what I do. They are literally doing a job that is tough and not exactly fun to do. But when they get that day off for that weekend, they can take the RV down or they can set up the tailgate with family and they can enjoy themselves. And I think there's something just beautiful about it. And the living and dying there on a Saturday or Sunday, I get it if you're a real passionate fan. But there are some folks, I was around there when those trees were killed, right? Mm-hmm. So, sometimes it's just a little much. Or I remember it was a Bama-LSU game. What was the low-scoring one? What year was that?
6-3.
Yeah, in Tuscaloosa. Yeah, I was not at the game, but I was at the Houndstooth Bar watching it there, and it was packed to the gills. And as soon as that game got over, you know how a place or a party or whatever, a vibe was in the air.
Yeah.
I'm like, and all of us were like, we need to go home because this is about to get, and it did get a little nasty. So you're like, man, I wish some folks didn't go down that road with it, but it's like anything in this world. Sometimes you can go too far with the Christmas lights. Like I can imagine two fellas, like two Griswolds, like sitting there competing with each other, sabotaging each other. We can ruin anything, but it was a great
I'm sure you
great
saw
weekend.
Dan Bongino's pieces yesterday about Auburn. He was there.
I was going to share that when we come back.
That was really good.
We can do that now if you like.
Sure.
Because it isn't long at all. Dan Bongino was at the Auburn game, and it was a touching tribute. He said let's find his exact words.
Now, he is an English, I do believe, isn't he? Isn't he from England?
No, he's a New Yorker.
Yeah,
okay.
straight up.
No,
New York.
Stephen Fry's the one from England.
Right.
But Bongino's a New Yorker through and through.
Okay.
And so born and raised in New York, Bongino said he woke up experiencing a positive feeling the morning after the Iron Bowl. Between Georgia, Maryland, Florida, and Alabama, we've been around, Bongino posted on the Book of Faces. And I've really grown attached to Southerners. And here's why. Number one, God matters. Their faith is central to their lives, and they're proud of it. Nothing comes before God. Nothing. Manners and structure matter, to a degree, Dan. They're not vestigial structures from a bygone era. They're links to the past and bridges to the future that instill order and discipline in a chaotic world. Again, Bongino talking about why he loves Southerners. They're proud, but not arrogant. I once offered to buy a friend of a friend a pair of new boots because his were beat up, and he flatly refused to take the offer. I saw it in his eyes, and I instantly regretted it. I knew I'd misjudged the situation, and although my intentions were pure, I was angry at myself for not reading the room better. Also talking about Southerners, Bongino wrote this. He says, we Southerners love college football, but the love is pure, not contaminated. I sat with 80,000 plus people in Auburn watching a game that had zero chance of the home team producing a championship. I watched them scream. I watched them hug their wives and kids with a joy I've never seen before as each insane play of an amazing game unfolded. I also watched them cry at the ending they didn't expect. And despite the ending, I watched them treat the Roll Tide fans with absolute respect on the way out. No fights, no evil, just a pure, innocent love of the game. Bongino ended his post on the Book of Faces by giving thanks to Southerners he had met, which included, he met him at the game, Barry Moore.
Yep. I think
and took a great photo. I'm looking at the picture right now. And he said, great seeing this Patriot at the game this weekend. I often joke on my podcast, Bongino goes on, and radio show, how I'd like y'all, to adopt me. But I'm happy just being an observer. To the people I've met down south, thank you for so deeply enriching my life. And to those I haven't, God bless y'all. Yeah, and I guess my takeaway is this. Often you can feel like the thing you know, like that you grew up with, is ho-hum.
Mm-hmm.
And let's face it, there are some cities, there are some places on different metrics that are better than others.
Sure.
And we got a lot of problems in Alabama and the South. We certainly do. But what I witnessed with my own eyes, being back there, what used to be home for me for 4 years, was home to me, like you just heard my uncle call in, take me up to it. It was a reminder that this is not just the best thing the state's got going on, it's one of the best things in the world. And we should be very proud of it. 272-9228. In a second, we'll get back to the politics and all the bucket of crabs and all that crap, as well as 43% of Americans being constipated.
What's up with that?
Lack of crystals.
Is it lack of crystals?
I'm telling you, man.
It pretty much cures everything.
It does.
I don't think
Get a gut
you're
bomb.
giving good medical advice right now.
I'm telling you what works.
All right.
What works.
Okay.
Sometimes too good.
Too good, huh?
Sometimes the crystal's a little bit too far from home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that story.
Ooh, yeah.
2 a.m. drive's kind of dangerous, man.
Yeah, it's not a good idea for a date.
Nope. Not at all.
Yeah, imagine being on a first date and you got the bubble gut. Oh, no.
No, thank you.
Either this is going to go really well, being honest, or really badly.
Or you guys could bond over it.
Yeah, no, it might be the case. Like, you got the bubble gut too?
Drop me off immediately.
It's kind of how I made friends during high school football. Actually, I made friends in kindergarten. We went to Catholic for 12 years. But there would be a routine before the game.
Oh, joy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Yeah, and some of the best conversations are had when you can't see each other, but you can hear each other.
Oh, you'd have been really good at Alton Wire then.
No, we kept the door closed.
I got a feeling you'd have fit right in, Joey.
No. I ain't no LBJ over here. Like, that man wouldn't face me as I was taking a crap, and I lost all respect for him that day. It's like, I think
gained a little bit for him that day.
Mr. President, put your pants on. This part of the program brought to you by XI Repair. Hate missing Jonathan Strange last week
man.
with the holidays.
I believe he'll be coming in this Friday.
Hopefully, yes, that'd be good.
Yeah.
And one thing I've noticed about XI Repair, of course, they can fix those smartphones.
Yep.
Cracked screen, water damage, battery not holding a charge. Maybe you got a dirty port. They can work on laptop computers, desktop computers, even top-end gaming consoles like a PS5. They can do data recovery for accidentally deleted stuff, and stuff you didn't have backed up. Or folks delete things on purpose, and divorces happen. Well, they can recover those deleted texts and emails. But one thing they do there, now don't blow them up too much, folks, is they'll recycle old electronics for you. So if you've got an old TV or anything, old electronics, call them first, 777-1234, and say, hey, can I bring this by? And most of the time, they'll be able to take that off your hands when instead of throwing it into the big green trash can or taking it down to the dump, why not give it to XI Repair? Because they're going to recycle it in a responsible and effective way. So check them out today. Again, that number is 777-1234, or you can always go to xirepair.com and be sure to tell them that you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon. More News and Views when we come back. If he can hold on, we'll go to Duke. And yeah, we still got the constipation story. What else on deck? Let me look here. There's apparently a Christmas drag show planned for Albertville. Y'all talk about that on Unfiltered?
We missed that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, the locals are pretty upset. It's pure perversion. Tax rebates coming on my birthday, or it's starting, state tax rebates. What, you ready for $300, Eddie?
Yeah, that you stole from me? Yeah. Can I have it back with no interest, please?
You got to beg a little. Come
right.
on, man.
And hostages being released in the Israel-Hamas war. More news and views after this.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. An agreement has been reached to extend the Israel-Hamas truce for another 2 days. A Vermont man pleading not guilty in connection with the shooting of 3 college students of Palestinian descent who were spending their Thanksgiving break in Burlington. The 3 young men were shot and injured Saturday while walking near the University of Vermont campus. 48-year-old Jason Eaton was arrested. He made a brief court appearance from jail today. The family of Rosalind Carter is beginning 3 days of memorials for the former First Lady. There will be brief ceremonies today in the Carter's native Sumner County, Georgia. In Atlanta, she will then lie in repose at the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library and Museum. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 65 points, the Nasdaq up 37. This is SRN News.
Donald Trump's indictment proves that saving America is not going to be easy. There are entrenched powers that are fighting this with everything they've got. They want to keep control over the country, the narrative, and the nation's money supply. Hi, I'm Lance Wallnau. I'm a news analyst, a Christian author, and evangelical leader. I speak to millions of people every week, people just like you. You see, what the elites are doing is using inflation and government handouts and now central bank digital currencies to determine how they're going to control America. And that's why I recommend all Christians start a gold IRA from the Birch Gold Group. Because physical precious metals are one of the few ways you can maintain control over your own savings. To get a free info kit on gold IRAs, text the word FAITH to 989898. Birch Gold Group is the only gold company I trust. Get their free info kit and you'll see why a gold IRA can help you. There are no strings attached. Text the word FAITH to 989898 and you're going to be blessed by taking action right now.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by the Johnny Adams Law Firm. Whether rain or shine, be a defensive driver. It's the best way to safely arrive. Enjoy the drive and the weather from the Johnny Adams Law Firm.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got a cool forecast for the next few days. Below normal temperatures at least to about Thursday. Today, look for a sun and cloud mix, a breezy, cool day with a high temperature in the mid-50s. Clear, chilly tonight. We'll end up in the low 30s by dawn. Partial sunshine, quite cool tomorrow with a high temperature up to about 54. How about 29 by dawn on Wednesday morning? Then I think we're headed for the upper 50s Wednesday, the mid-60s on Thursday with more sun. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Web Bobo with Capital Tractor. The weather's always changing. Hot as blazes 1 minute, raining cats and dogs the next. What doesn't change is the dependability of Kubota's L-Series compact tractors to handle it all. Kubota and Capital Tractor, Montgomery, Brundage, and Greenville.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Alabama taxpayers will receive a one-time tax rebate beginning this week. The Alabama Department of Revenue will issue rebates of $150 for single and $300 for married filers beginning December 1st. To qualify for the rebates, taxpayers must have filed a 2021 individual income tax return. Authorities are warning iPhone users about the name drop feature from the latest update. Name drop is enabled by default with the new iPhone update, and anyone with this feature can place their phone next to your or your child's iPhone and potentially receive their contact information. In college football news, Alabama broke out the Gravedigger play on 4th and 31 to bury Auburn 27-24 in the Iron Bowl. Up next, the Tide heads to Atlanta Saturday for a SEC championship game showdown with Georgia. Meanwhile, Auburn awaits a bowl invitation. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. an equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Proudville Carpet. If you're looking for waterproof carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, or ceramic tile, call us today for your free measurement.
The fall sale is on, and there's never been a better time to upgrade your floors. During Prattville Carpet's biggest sale of the year, find deep discounts on Mohawk flooring for every room in your home, plus interest-free financing with approved credit. Get new floors before the holidays with huge discounts. Visit PrattvilleCarpet.com or call 285-8117 today.
Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. And on the live stream right now, I've got pulled up. I don't remember which Eagle that is. But Sky mentioned this, and I saw your lovely wife commenting on the stream, Sky. And so I was able to find this. This is, again, a way sometimes to see your own backyard through a foreigner's eyes can give you all that much more appreciation. Especially, a dandy like Stephen Fry. Man, his books are great. But this is kind of the reaction of a very British Brit to experiencing the Iron Bowl. Worth listening, but if you want to watch, you can always go to Joey Clark Live on YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Seeing images, the eagle flying over the stadium.
It's an indication of the size of the U.S. economy and their passion for sport that this is the stadium of Auburn, no more than a medium-sized college. And this is their annual game against another college within the same state, the University of Alabama, based in Tuscaloosa, a few hours' drive away. This fixed...
I'm going to stop it here because I kind of enjoy... This is like a nature documentary, except look at the Alabamians as they enjoy... Anyway.
Get ready to give you a chill.
If global warming continues, they won't be able to have any more...
Fossil fuels.
Anyway, let's continue.
Has the scale, intensity and hoopla of a grand national final, but is in reality nothing more than a local derby between amateur students. Only in a...
Pause it there because the one thing I noticed is like it's great seeing like the different generations. I don't just mean you see an old timer sitting in front of you talking, you catch up. That's always great. I had a few of those interactions walking around the tailgate scene.
Trying to find some insure.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for that, Eddie. Now I just lost my train of thought. Oh wait, no, it's the band. Like marching bands are so like 20th century.
Oh yeah.
Like because with all you've seen it with music, Sky, right?
Sure.
Like marching bands seem like they're a little antiquated, but when you see it in action,
the performance is amazing.
It's remarkable, and Auburn's was great. But then also, it's almost like two living things, where you see Alabama's band, the $1 Million Band, perched up there in the top, and they're going back and forth. Oh, and by the way, I noticed, too, they've come up with new modern techniques to keep the crowd from getting too rowdy.
Oh?
There was one point where it was getting very loud from the south end zone in the student section and a few others in that area. F you, Bama.
Oh.
And it wasn't just saying harsh letters.
Right.
And it was getting loud. It was starting to rise up. That's when the big speaker came on down. And they shut up that chant real quick.
I thought they were going to get out the spray bottles.
Yeah, but at one point, I think, though, there was somebody literally playing electric guitar as the band's doing Metallica. Wow. So it was...
That's cool.
It was cool seeing all those combinations here. But let's go forward a little bit. Fry gets his hand painted.
Pretty damn good. Thank you.
Yeah, two bands going back and forth.
I really don't know if anything sums up America better. It's simultaneously preposterous, incredibly laughable, impressive, charming, ridiculous. It
expensive, overpopulated, wonderful.
The Jets went over.
Yeah, he went from crying to freaked out.
Wasn't
all of
ready
a
for that,
sudden.
was he?
And that's from Stephen Fry's. Like I can't remember when that show came out, but
Been
it
a
was.
while.
It always struck me, and it's cool that your wife has you watch that, Sky.
Oh yeah, she's big. You know, the marching bands, such pageantry. I mean, these people work so hard, and we never get to see them on television anymore.
Right.
Because
always
these
bothered me.
loudmouth
Right.
talking heads got to, and they
that's-
got all the runners and scores and everything you need to know is right there.
there.
But they just talk. They won't
I
let the
agree.
bands play, man.
Well, and it's cool. It brings in all sorts of folks. Maybe there's somebody who doesn't like football or doesn't understand it or whatever, but it's an ambassador program. Imagine your kid.
Right.
You know, you're somebody who doesn't like football or
Right.
whatever, but your kid gets in the Auburn
And
band.
those kids work hard.
Yeah, they do.
And all of a sudden,
Well,
I think you're going to
parents do,
fall
too,
in
just
love
to
with
get
it.
in there,
So it's
Let's start a movement to get that back on.
the point is, I had a great weekend.
Yeah.
Other than going to see Napoleon, what a dog of crap, pile of dog
You
crap.
actually paid to see it?
That bad.
Yeah, it was not I don't think it was that historically inaccurate because Napoleon was a bit of his relationship with Josephine, his first wife, is freaking weird. But they center the movie around that.
Right. They missed a lot of opportunities.
They
I
take
read.
away his charisma. Some of the battle scenes I think it's technically an amazing movie. It looked amazing at certain points, but they take away his genius, his charisma. They make him kind of just this sad sap who has a slut wife, and he always just keeps coming back to her. And it's like, this is really what you centered a 2-hour, 45-minute movie around? Napoleon's love for Josephine? Ugh. Anyway, other than that, I had a good weekend. Let's go to Duke. Hey, Duke.
Duke, what's up, buddy?
Well, how you doing?
Good.
Good.
First of all, Mr. Sky, can I speak with you for a minute, Mr. Sky?
You have my complete attention, Duke. Go right ahead.
Now, as I was holding on, I heard something you played in the little background, some little commercial you're doing for the ACC championship game. You played something about, let me see, y'all beat Barry or somebody. Who did you bury, sir?
I do the news for Blue Water, and the Iron Bowl is big news, so I only get 1 minute.
It came out of your mouth. It came out of your mouth.
I'll
sir.
tell you
said
exactly
something
what I
about,
said,
bury somebody,
Hey,
sir.
let the man talk, Duke.
If you'll allow me, what I said was in college football news, Alabama dug out the Gravedigger play on 4th and 31 to bury Auburn 27-24.
Yeah, I can't help but feel like you took some joy. in
I
making
enjoy
that
writing
statement.
the sports stuff, man.
I thought it's good writing. It's
That's
good.
good writing. It's good writing. But
The reason I'm talking
Doug
about it, Scott,
Gravedigger
you had a little
Berry.
pep in you had a little pep in your step when you was talking about it.
I get where you're coming from there, dude.
No, that's me in the news, man. If Auburn,
No,
if
no,
Auburn
no,
ever does
you
anything
have to-
good,
you
I'll
have
make
to
it up
cover
to
it,
you,
sir.
man.
I bet
If
he
they
wouldn't have
ever do
covered it.
anything good, and see the truth is coming out.
When they win, or finish second in the Birmingham Bowl this season, I'll make it sound great, man.
This is what we were nice for an hour, and now the reality.
Duke started it.
Nah, see, but Miss Scott,
Yeah.
you almost pooped in your undershorts, didn't you, sir?
No, man, I take it. Look, I've been around a while, and I'm sitting here with mostly Auburn people watching the game. Okay,
Yeah.
and I care about these people. I love them. I don't want to see them.
Still killing people, cows and stuff like that. Alabama still do that stuff when they lose.
Duke, why you want to go to the dark places,
At the
man?
Texas game, what y'all do when y'all lost?
We packed it up and went home, I suppose. I don't know.
No, y'all picking at the players, all that stuff. See,
What's
But
this
Bama
y'all
can't
stuff,
behave. They can't
man?
behave when they lose.
Now, I'm cutting this off at the pass.
Yeah.
Just because some drunk, racist frat boy said a stupid thing. You gonna blame the entire Crimson Tide Nation, and I'm an Auburn fan.
That didn't have to be recently, but what I'm saying is the Bama's got a habit of destroying stuff when they lose. So I was kind of thinking about this game. I said, man, maybe we should lose this game because, you know, my son-in-law kept looking at me kind of crazy. I said, man, he's a Bama, you know. I said, man, I don't know. You know, what y'all think?
I watched it. You know, it hurt at the time, but it's
It's a good game overall.
Call me Deacon Blue.
I will say, it was much better than a blowout. I mean, it was an exciting game. It was one of them games you could not quit watching. Because just like an Auburn fan, I was like, hey, we're leading going into half. 2 minutes later, no, you're not. Oh, you know, so it just kept me glued in.
The back and forth swings were.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, I don't get that excited over sports and stuff. I was being there. I was excited.
You were excited to go to that Napoleon movie, wasn't you?
Not really. No, I'd heard bad reviews, so I went in with low expectations, and it was bad. Hopefully, the 4-hour director's cut actually makes sense, but yeah.
Oh my! Is it
I'm
working
not.
after
Yeah, I
that?
don't know.
Jeez.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes, sir. So, how was your guys' Thanksgiving? Everything?
It was
it's all
good,
good.
Duke. It was good.
Hang out with my mom.
Family,
Always great.
food, all this stuff.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yep.
Duke, when I had my turkey leg, I remembered you and warning me off of that one at the fair, man. So
Yeah.
I still appreciate that.
Oh man.
Duke said, "Wait a minute, before you go," and, clued me into the reality of the situation there.
Yep. But that's a good game though, man, for the age and stuff.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
one
definitely.
to remember, and it was a great time.
It just lives on
Good
in
weekend.
Jordan Hare lore, you know.
I kinda like what they said
anything
at
can
the end.
happen, man.
But I think you guys might have beat the voodoo spell this time.
Shit, no way,
I
man.
think you
No,
guys
no.
might have.
Well, we
man.
got by. Look, that wasn't a win. That was an escape. Okay.
But the voodoo was happening.
Oh,
It
definitely,
was happening.
dude. You're telling me.
And somebody on the Alabama side put a stop in it. Because what was it, 30 seconds left? What was left?
41 seconds, I believe.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah, I wonder how many goats that cost.
Chicken bones.
Exactly.
Hey, you know what I like though, man? I like the way I like the way the crowd be rocking up there, man.
It's great.
It's incredible.
Oh boy, it was a turn up.
I tell you, of all the places to play that I wouldn't want to, number two is Tiger Alley down there in Baton
Oh,
Rouge.
yeah.
And then number one with a bullet, absolutely, no doubt about it, is Jordan Hare. I don't want to ever go there. Man, we had you guys figured out for so many years. You played the game at Legion Field, and it was great.
How many?
It's a neutral site.
Exactly.
That was pretty good.
We had it made,
Too,
man. I'm telling you,
How many
we had
years
it
has
made.
it been since Auburn's won? Iron Bowl.
4 or 5 years. 5 years, yeah. Bama's won 4 in a row.
Has it been that long?
It seems like only yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, there's always next year. I appreciate
That's
it,
right.
Duke.
See you, Duke.
Yeah, all right.
See you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
The reason I was asking, I saw my Fear the Thumb shirt this morning. And I went, how many has it been for us now?
I believe it's the longest streak since the 10 in a row.
Is that right?
Bear Bryant, like 73 to 82.
Nice.
It's just off the top.
Yeah, I noticed that, Sky. Newsman
272.
with the facts.
9228. It's 272-9228. You got to get out of here?
Yeah, I got to run.
All right.
It's been
It was
real,
great. It
gentlemen.
was great hanging with you.
It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
I enjoyed it.
And seriously, War Eagle, y'all.
Hey, I hear you, brother.
War Eagle.
I'm so impressed with the whole outfit, the way they played, the way the fans behaved. It's an Auburn thing I will never understand,
I agree.
but I admire it.
We'll be right back.
Joey Clark.
not know whether he's coming or going. But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a famous broadcaster.
Hey man, what's happening?
Now, I understand you radio people move a lot. Is that correct?
Yeah, sometime.
Well, how does this affect your taking care of your retirement money?
Oh man, I don't give that a second thought because my buddy David Ernest, he's my money man.
Your money man?
With the money plan.
I see.
So no matter where I go up and down the dial, David has my back, you know?
I'll bet you know some phone numbers our listeners could call to talk with David Ernest.
334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839.
And he has a website at retirewithernest.com.
Hey, you're on top of it today, man.
I also understand that you hold some sort of a record in broadcasting.
Yes. I was the first person to put together a show with myself, a duck, a chicken, and a goose. But it didn't last long. We got taken off the air.
Why were you taken off the air?
Too much foul language, man.
Oh, my.
So I wasn't crazy about that one myself.
Hunting season is here. It's time for you to get on over to Prattville Farm Center. Here's Randy to tell you all that he's got on the shelf for you to buy.
We got some good deals. We have seed mixes from WMS, Pennington, Kelly Seed. We have every kind of seed you could possibly want. So y'all come on down here and we'll get them green fields planted. By the way, if you need sprayer parts for your equipment, we got that too. Come on down. 1154 South Memorial Drive in Prattville, 365-5400, 365-5400.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
I'm with Miss Dot at the Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall. Dot, you got a big event coming up.
The most major event of the year, Christmas Open House at Eastbrook. And it will be December 2nd it's a Saturday, from 9 until 6. We'll have probably a few little snacks around. I know there'll be popcorn and probably cider and lemonade and probably some gift certificates. And all of the vendors have been asked to do at least 20% discount. Some will do more. That is a really good day to stock up on good mahogany furniture or Christmas things or gifts right now. Eastbrook is about 60,000 square feet. We are a high-end flea market, if you want to call it that. An elevator with 3 floors. Come join us.
All right, remind us one more time of the day and time of your Christmas open house.
December 2nd from 9 until 6. It's a Saturday.
That's the Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall, 429 Coliseum Boulevard.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228. Kelly Langley on the live stream commenting, did y'all see the article Dan Bongino wrote on the Iron Bowl? Yeah, we did. We read it on air.
Good one.
Watch earlier, Kelly. But yeah, good suggestion. It is good.
Somebody sent it to me, I guess it was yesterday afternoon, first time I saw it. And it was just eating up the internet after that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's always good to see like I was saying earlier, the South commemorated by, you see from whether a New Yorker or a Brit, you kind of see your own backyard through the eyes of a foreigner and you go, all right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you get used to your own stuff, right?
Oh, sure.
And kind of the glitz and glam of it might not be there. So always good to get that reminder.
One thing Dan always reminded me was when he would have people come to town, he said, he had a certain route that he would show people things in Montgomery. And I remember telling him one day, because I had a client coming in, I was like, I need some top 5 things. And he laid it out for me. And 2 of them I had forgotten completely about. One of them we went on a field trip as a kid. And I was
Which one?
The downtown where we have the, I can't think of it now. The 2 buildings downtown, both of them used to have a coffin on top. Now only one of them does. I forget the name of the building. It was an old furniture
I know what
building.
you're talking about, yeah.
But I had forgotten all about the history of that. And those 2 coffins, now only one of them's there, so tell me what happened. But somebody won the
And
bet.
Kelly says, sorry, I was in the doctor's. No need to apologize, Kelly.
You love it when women say they're sorry to you.
Yeah, but that's one of those generic names. That could be man or woman, and the profile pic has a man and woman in it. So who knows? It could be a dude named Kelly, could be a lady named Kelly.
It's 2023.
No, that's been going on a while.
Yeah, because I grew up with a friend named Kelly in Highland Gardens.
Right, yeah. Kelly's been in it. Ashley was the guy's name, too, I think.
I don't remember too many Ashleys. I remember Kelly.
There's one guy, I think he still lives in town at Catholic. Went by Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam, kind of a androgynous name.
Samantha or Sam. One of the 2. Samantha being the female, Sam being the male.
Yeah, it's like Joseph and Josephine. Again, that Napoleon movie sucked, man. No, the battles are great. Like, they really, like, Austerlitz, like, where they fired waited, had the high ground, fired the cannons to break the ice. And, just brutal, crazy stuff. But they had to rush through so much. And more than half the movie's eaten up by, like, Napoleon being, like, a incel nerd.
Oh, boy.
Talking to this experienced older woman. And I'm like, oh, this is not... I knew that was part of his story, but why would you center the whole damn movie on that?
That's what I was thinking. Why? That should be a
it didn't,
5-10
and it
minute
didn't
clip.
work together. Was my problem? Like, if they could have made that work, but it just didn't work together. We go from him being kind of sad to, and like he would, and this is reported, he would kind of neigh when he wanted to have sex. It goes from that to him like fighting the Austrians, and I'm like, this doesn't work. These 2 things, it's like they were trying to bring the guy down, so whatever.
I was going to say, were they just trying to show a different side of Napoleon?
I think they were, I think Joaquin and Ridley Scott, Joaquin Phoenix and Ridley Scott were trying to do something unique, and they just fell flat on their face. Maybe the longer cut's better, but I don't know about that. It's kind of like, remember Oliver Stone, who's in the news, by the way, today, saying he doesn't know if 2020 was actually won by Biden. Oliver Stone now coming around.
I saw a lot of things this weekend.
I mean,
with
he
that.
never entertains conspiracy.
Yeah, never.
But you remember when Oliver Stone tried to do Alexander?
No, I don't.
Who was the Irish guy? It was like a big, not Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin
He
Farrell.
was like the top of the world. And it had all these big name actors, Anthony Hopkins in it.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be this huge blockbuster.
It was a flop.
Oh, it's awful.
Yep,
I think it
I
was
do
like
remember that.
15% on Rotten Tomatoes. So occasionally these things happen. Especially with the epics. It's hard to capture that stuff you just read in history books sometimes.
Yeah, capture it correctly. But he did a good JFK.
Yeah, he did do it. It was a good movie. Yeah, JFK. What, Kevin Costner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
I need to rewatch it. I probably haven't seen that in 10 years or more.
So I've been sitting on this story for way too long.
You ready to hatch it?
43% of Americans frequently constipated, survey says. Half of Americans admit to overeating during the holiday season. Well, wait, can like some random day in June be considered a holiday?
What's overeating? Is it okay? Overeating, like we've all done it, eating so full that you're just miserable. I consider that overeating.
Sure.
But
It's when I used, with my more southern side of the family, we talk about like you eat a classic southern breakfast.
Right.
Like you got biscuits and gravy, you got
There you
sausage, you got bacon, you got eggs, like you got it all.
you're full as a tick.
And you start to breathe heavy, that's when you know you're full as a tick.
I just, so there have been times when I've obviously overeaten, but just because you bring some stretchy pants to the table doesn't mean you're, It means you're ready to overeat, but don't mean you're
I
going to walk
think I
away
ate 4
painfully.
hot dogs during the game.
Really?
Yeah.
With buns too?
Yeah.
Wow.
They weren't the huge hot dogs, but they're good.
Fully loaded too?
No, I usually just go with mustard.
Ah, good choice.
I did one that was chili cheese, but I just simple mustard, straight up hot dog. Yeah, put down 4 of those during the game.
Lord, man.
Yeah, I drank a lot of beer too. I think I drank like 6 beers.
What kind of beer?
It was a mix between Coors Light and Blue Moon. Started with Blue Moon, and then
Did they give you an orange slice?
no, just gave me the can.
A can of Blue Moon.
Yeah,
cool.
I was just on the fly. I'm like, yeah, give me that one, because I don't drink Miller. I don't drink Coors. I
Rocky
don't
Mountain water?
Yeah, I don't usually drink all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'll take what I can get.
No, I get you. I can't believe they didn't have the Bud Light though.
Anyway, back to the story. 2 in 3 Americans are dreading Thanksgiving stuffing and just holiday stuffing in general. Not the item, not the
Right.
food item,
Just
but
stuffing of the
stuffing
face.
themselves, overeating.
Then stop.
And Americans saying it's wrecking my diet and my gut health. Hey, who's putting the food in your mouth?
Right. Throw in some Metamucil with it. Maybe it'll be better.
The poll of 2,000 adults find that 72% of people look forward to the food around the holiday season, but 65% admit this is the worst time of year for their diet.
Oh, duh. I like the smells myself.
Yeah,
Of
you see,
everything
but
cooking
using
and
the
pie.
holidays as an excuse of I'm not dieting well. Hey, come on.
Yeah.
Like, if you're actually dieting well in non-holiday periods, you're probably still going to be all right during the holidays.
But isn't that the whole reason you diet is so you can cheat during the holidays?
No, I think it would just be, number one, we're men, so we don't diet. We go on a regimen.
Yeah, just quit eating for a few days.
Yeah, fasting does work. During the holiday season, 3 in 4 Americans find themselves eating more often throughout the day, and 76% find their eating habits also changing more often throughout the day than at any other time of the year.
Of course, because people bring in Christmas cookies, there's Christmas snacks, there's donuts. Yes.
Over half, 51%, say they often or always feel like they ate too much food during the holidays. As a result, many are left with occasional constipation, 56%, indigestion, 49%, and acid reflux, 45%.
I'm all over that one. Acid reflux.
Yeah, but that's like a everyday thing
It
for
is.
you.
It
right?
is.
You should probably get that looked into.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, they said, here,
What
take
did
this pill the rest of your life. Oh, thanks.
Gotta love Big Pharma. Almost as many, 48%, say the changes to their routines and eating habits during the holidays affect their experiences with constipation. All right, then. The study, conducted by One Poll and commissioned by naturally based laxative brand, Prune Lax. Wait, this study was commissioned by a prune company?
Big Prune. Yeah. Hey, now, when you do get older, they make them. I can't stand more than one, but they'll make the individual prunes. They're pretty good every once in a while. Keeps you regular.
Now, turkey, 44%, pecan pie, 41%, and potatoes, 39%, are the biggest culprits for people's occasional constipation. Ugh. I eat potatoes all the time.
Yeah, the Irish guy like that.
Mm-hmm. But they're usually fried. Also caused by things like chocolate milk, non-alcoholic eggnog or alcoholic eggnog, or hot cocoa. Yeah, all that can do it. But here's what a doctor has to say, quote, "Of course, any change to our habits can have an impact on how our bodies react and digest our food," says Dr. Marjorie Marin, a medical director at Prunelax. How'd you get that gig, Marjorie? But in the midst of the holiday buzz, it's all too easy to ignore what we're putting our bodies through. Between holiday travel, changes in our dietary habits, and a shift in how and what we consume that differs from our everyday diet. Again, this is another one of these, like, you really had to do a study for this?
Right.
But the survey also finds 2/3, 67% of Americans are concerned about holiday meals causing them digestive discomfort. Control
put the fork
yourself,
down.
you dopes.
Right. I don't understand that. Put the fork down.
Right. Hey, look, we've got all these calls rolling in.
Yeah.
See, this is on line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, it's Josh. How you doing?
Doing all right, Josh. How you doing?
Good. Listening to the glutton conversation.
Oh, yeah. And now, I never overeat. I'm just reporting what Americans experience.
Just American. No, man, I just want to call and say hello. I was in down and whatnot. Listen to the show, enjoying it as always.
Well, thanks, man. And did you enjoy your weekend?
Yeah. I had a friend came out from Tampa, and we hung out and had Thanksgiving dinner, and I smoked another turkey the next day, and I throw it down on the grill, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, no, I just wanted to say hello to you guys while I was passing through. I'm about to head back down south.
All right. Well, it's good to hear from you,
Yeah,
Josh.
good to hear from you, man.
Yeah, likewise. Happy holidays, but I'll talk to you soon.
Happy holidays.
You too, bro.
272-9228. Oh, look, it's Papa B.
Papa B.
Papa B.
Papa B. Oh, Lord, do we have some problems at Auburn. Merciful heaven. But, you know, stuck with them through the Barfield years, so where am I going? Nowhere.
Right.
Keep on hanging around, you know.
Right.
It'll all break up sooner or later. Alabama had their share of trouble there for a good long time. It wasn't that many years ago. They had lost 6 in a row.
Sure.
So, you know, I don't want to hear all this foaming at the mouth, rabid Alabama stuff. It's going to happen. So, you know, get ready for it.
I will say one thing about watching the game and looking at Saban. I've never seen him look, or maybe I just haven't noticed, but he just seems older. He looks older
he does
now
look
than,
older.
I mean, just the years are starting to show.
Well, he's a little guy. That shows more.
I didn't want us to go there. But
Well,
They have
look,
exaggerated features.
I mean, the angry elf will come out. I don't care how old he is.
Right.
We're gonna see the angry elf again.
I can't wait for the Hollywood biopic with Peter Dinklage starring as Nick Saban. Like, that's going to be it's going to be amazing.
But look, if you let Saban lose the Iron Bowl 3 years in a row, dude, it doesn't matter how much they love him.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
be pulling
They'll run
that
him out on the
statue
rail,
down like the
man.
fall of Saddam Hussein
Yep.
in Baghdad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, that's how tough the Alabama fans are. We are just, I don't know what we are. We're not nearly as unforgiving. Let's put it that way. But you know, I got a little Iron Bowl story that you'll find humorous, I'm sure. But during, I guess, what did we lose with Barfield? Was it 8 years, 9 years?
9 years, I think.
I don't know. You know, I think it was around the 7th year, and you know, of course, we all had to go to Bryant Denny or Birmingham to play. You know, which basically was Alabama's home.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you know, here we were lost again, trudging back in the rain. Of course, all the Auburn fans had to park 2-3 miles away because all the Alabama fans had the premium parking. And my brother, we were walking back, seeing all the happy Alabama fans, you know, ride along, hollering and screaming. And, you know, here's this guy riding by, and he has a rubber chicken in his hand.
Yep.
And he's handing it out, he's holding it out the chicken out of the window.
Mm-hmm.
War chicken, war chicken, war chicken. Just, you know, provoking somebody to do something.
Yeah.
And my brother, who had a few adult beverages in him,
Mm-hmm.
ran up to the car, grabbed the chicken out of the man's hand, crawled halfway into the window in the car and started feeding the Alabama fans with the chicken.
Wow.
Lord, I'm telling you, I've never seen this like something out of Animal House. I am telling you. And of course, you know, you hear these screams of, you know, sheer terror from these Alabama fans in the car. Go, he's crazy, he's crazy, he's crazy. And so they gun it and go down the median, and of course, you know, maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 feet down later, my brother bails out with the chicken in his all the time. War chicken, here's some war chicken for you.
Can you imagine reporting that to the police and having to write that up? Sir, they were whooping me with my own rubber chicken.
They stole my chicken.
Yeah.
I have, of course, that is just one of the many stories of my brother. He's legendary for all kind of stuff. But that one kind of took cake, you know.
Yeah.
It really should have been on film. And it seriously was something out of Animal House. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Well.
But anyway, you're bringing a little smile to somebody's face out there. Listen, Auburn.
Well, it's been a
Because we
light
need
show
it.
today. I enjoyed the holiday weekend, and especially being at the Iron Bowl. And I guess we'll get to the news eventually, but honestly, y'all ain't missing that much right now.
Well, same as it ever was. What was that, Devo? Same as it ever was.
Or is
I
that
swear.
Talking Heads?
Talking Heads, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, listen, y'all have a good one. We'll see what happens this week.
You'll see you, Papa B.
Appreciate it, Papa B. 272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by New Look Decorating Center.
Good folks, Joey.
Very good folks there. Brett Lanham and the manager, and Brian Carr, the owner, and they've put together a great team of paint specialists, and they can help you with those high-quality Benjamin Moore paint and stain supplies. Could be you're doing it yourself.
Yeah.
Well, they can give you tips and tricks, so you do it yourself the right way the first time. You might think, I'm a man, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Go talk to the pros.
Talk to them.
You might know what you're doing, but you need to talk to them first.
Wouldn't hurt.
Especially if you're trying to think, I'm the man of the house, I don't have to consult with my wife.
Talk to them.
Yeah, talk to the
They will
experts
steer
there.
you
New Look.
clear of your own ignorance, I promise you.
Or maybe you're doing a big job, like something so big you're not even going to try to do it.
Talk to them.
They know all the contractors in town,
They
all
do.
the painters, all the folks that can get particular jobs done, then give you advice in that regard. If you do have a painter in mind already, the first question you need to ask them is, do you get your paint at New Look?
Yep.
It's a great test of a painter. But, of course, they also have wallpaper and fabrics there at New Look Decorating.
That's your good friend Katie over there for that.
Yeah, and the person to go see is Katie. She is the wallpaper and fabric specialist there at New Look Decorating Center, especially those very popular Tebow wallpapers out right now. So check them out today. You can always go to newlookdecoratingcenter.com or give them a call at 271-0007. But I really encourage you to stop by that showroom, 6237 Atlanta Highway, right where Bell Road dead ends to Atlanta Highway. You'll see it in all its glory. They've got their own stoplight. Benjamin Moore's New Look Decorating Center. And be sure to tell them that, well, Joey and Eddie from News and Views in the Afternoon sent you. 272-9228. Now, there is some stuff in the news. It looks like the ceasefire deal and the release of hostages is going to continue, which is good news.
2 more days?
Yeah. There was actually a 4-year-old, I believe, American girl who was set free. Senator Katie Britt had showcased this person at a committee hearing.
Right.
And now that little girl is free, no longer held hostage. A lot of hostages reporting awful treatment, not surprising. But the good news is, at least to those who care about human life, there seems to be a cessation in the killing and more people being set free and loose. How does this end? I don't know. I believe I've got a clip of Bibi Netanyahu with Elon Musk.
Yeah.
They
I
just
saw him
inked a
over there
deal
today. Yep.
where Musk said he'll limit Starlink activity within the Gaza Strip. And Bibi essentially told Musk, we've got to do what the United States did to Germany and Japan in 1945.
Yep.
So there's a cessation, but they ain't stopping, I think, until the last Hamas member is dead.
That's my thought, too.
We'll see where all that goes. We got a great clip, kind of to preview 2024. It's been going viral. It's 10 minutes, but I kind of want to play the whole thing because it's just great commentary by Victor Davis Hanson. And it's gone viral for a reason. It's very broad and deep. It lays out what are the stakes for 2024. We'll probably get to that in the final hour, but how about we hit a break?
Well, I wanted to ask you, did you see Trump at South Carolina game? You remember how he was treated at when he came in with Kid Rock and them last week at the
UFC, yeah. Tucker and all them.
Even bigger.
At South Carolina?
Yeah.
I don't doubt. I didn't see that,
Even
but I don't
bigger,
doubt
man.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the kind of the everyday person is a big fan of Dottie from Queens.
They're growing.
Yeah. More news and views when we come back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Actor Portrayal, based on a real patient experience.
I'm Mike. I'm a husband, proud father of 2, work my butt off 6 days a week, some nights too. When my family or my company needs me to make it happen, I make it happen. But a few months ago, I started having trouble making it happen, in the bedroom. I tried some pills online, but they didn't work. Honestly, I thought about throwing in the towel on my sex life, but I'm not that old. I still want to enjoy intimacy with my wife. Like that poet said, I don't want to just go gently into that good night. So I went to Montgomery Men's Health. Got some lab work done, was prescribed some meds, and wow, it made it happen. I can't say enough good about them. They took care of me, followed up, and made adjustments to make it happen even better. I even learned I had low testosterone, which they were also treating me for. And I have never felt better. If I were you and you're like me, I'd give them a call today at 334-440-3663 or go to montgomerymenshealth.com. If you like most guys, they'll make it happen for you too.
Yes?
Howdy, ma'am. I'm Bill, the electrician.
Oh, hello, Bill. Say, I like your houndstooth hat. Bama fan?
Well, sorta.
Oh, you're also wearing a War Eagle sweatshirt and a Troy jacket.
Yeah, well, I grabbed a hot wire last week. Kinda scrambled my brain.
Electricity is nothing to trifle with. That's why you only want electricians who are safety conscious and code compliant, like the experts at Crosby Electric.
Okay, ma'am, you take this 2x4, and if you notice I ain't saying much, give me a good knock on the head.
What?
All Crosby Electric team members are trained to make safety our #1 priority to avoid dangerous situations.
All ready to go, ma'am. Just have to connect this wire and... Oh!
Bill, are you okay?
Oh, yeah. Good as new.
Yeah, sure. Who's your favorite team?
Pistachio?
Don't take chances with electricity. Call the experts at Crosby Electric or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
Next contestant.
Honey, you look confused. What's wrong?
I'm having a hard time remembering to take my medications like I'm supposed to. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to worry you.
I'm glad you told me, because I heard that Adams Drugs has a medicine on time service that will package your monthly medications and make them easier to manage. Our neighbors, Bill and Leslie, mentioned the other day that they use Adams and how they have made it so easy for them to manage their medications.
Do you think we can call Adams Drugs? Or go by there and see if they can help me? I don't want to get to the point where you have to put me into an assisted living home.
Why don't you get your medications together right now, and let's go down to Adams and talk to the pharmacist.
How much does the medicine on time service cost?
I asked Bill that same question, and he told me it's a free service for Adams customers.
Free? Wow, I'm feeling really good about this already. Let me grab my meds list.
Call Adams Drugs Medicine on Time for your pharmacist consultation. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for more information on our Medicine on Time packaging service.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where dump truck drivers are in demand. Wiley Sanders is on the grow. We need dump truck drivers now. Call 855-77-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got a cool forecast for the next few days. Below normal temperatures at least to about Thursday. Today, look for a sun and cloud mix, a breezy, cool day with a high temperature in the mid-50s. Clear, chilly tonight. We'll end up in the low 30s by dawn. Partial sunshine, quite cool tomorrow with a high temperature up to about 54. How about 29 by dawn on Wednesday morning? Then I think we're headed for the upper 50s Wednesday, the mid-60s on Thursday with more sun. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors & More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors & More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey Publix.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Sam, and I am so excited to tell you the last car I bought, it came from Riverside Chevrolet. Now get a load of this. Not only do they have a friendly staff that will answer any question at Riverside, they also have a finance department second to none, and a service department that's rated #1. Anything from pre-loved to brand spanking new, cars, trucks, vans, they have it all. And at Riverside Chevrolet, you get first-class service. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net or check them out on Facebook. Great reviews, you'll love it.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. an equal housing lender.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Good to be back in the saddle after a few days off. Now let's go right to the phones and talk to Michael Cohen of Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Pretty good. We were just reminiscing about, this weekend, the Iron Bowl, eating too much during the Thanksgiving meetups.
It was a pretty intense weekend if you watched the Iron Bowl.
It was, to say the least.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Good gracious.
Now, I've never asked you your affiliation between those two.
We Roll Tide.
Okay. That's fair.
I could tell Susie answered the phone. He was happy.
I don't hold it against you, Joey.
Well, feelings mutual. Oh, man. Now, we're getting into the Christmas holidays and the Christmas swing of things. Of everything you've got in stock there, all those great electronics and appliances, what makes some of, would you say, the best Christmas gifts?
Ooh, the best Christmas gifts. Naturally, I think it really depends on the person that you're buying for. I can say that there's a lot of people that have nice TVs that they're not getting the good sound.
Mm-hmm.
And by sound being good, I don't mean that it has to be a surround sound system that blows you away. But even if you went with the medium, middle-of-the-road soundbar from Sonos, you'd get much better intelligibility. Your TV would sound better, but more importantly, you'd be able to understand the guy giving the news. And from there, you can build on it. It just kind of, you can take it as far as you want to go. So you could add a subwoofer in rears, but the middle of the road is going to make everything sound better and more intelligible.
There you go. And that is a good idea for Christmas, because if you know a person who is just kind of and like they haven't taken the time themselves to go get a sound bar, that could be a great gift right there.
Be. And most of the people that you know are your parents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody's parent is struggling to hear. We sell a lot of wireless headsets, but the way the new TVs hook up, it kills the sound for everybody.
Oh.
Used to be that you could have your wireless headphones and your dad could be over there blasting himself while everybody else was listening to something comfortable. But the way the connections have all worked and the TV manufacturers have changed it, that it makes it more difficult today. Whereas the sound bar would sound better for everybody.
Well, there you go.
If somebody had a grill, we have lots of grill accessories with charcoal and pellets and wireless thermometers so that you could cheat while you're grilling. There's just a lot of little things that you could buy for other people. We sell this really cool detergent for your washers and dryers. If you use it from day one, they even give you a no stinky washer guarantee.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty strong,
Yeah.
especially when I hear some of these horror stories on front load units. But when you use all this detergent that's pretty and blue or green, you would be amazed to know how much crud and animal fats are in that detergent, which is what makes it pretty. But it's not good for your washing machine at all.
Right.
Well, this is just some of the ideas you're going to get by searching over there at Cohen's, folks. You can always go to thinkcohens.com or give them a call at 277-8890. I really encourage you to stop by the Boulevard there, 2515 Eastern Boulevard, and back to regular hours today?
Yes, sir. We're open till 6 Monday through Friday and 5 on Saturday.
Well, I appreciate you as always, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you, sir.
Y'all take care.
You too, Michael.
And Michael Cohen with Cohen's Electronics and Appliances, 65-plus years.
Yeah.
A true local institution, folks.
Here in Montgomery, yeah.
272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. Did you watch any, look up any news during all this going on?
I did some. In fact, I had a story, I think it was New Zealand, that said that, hey, they had a big plan on No, they're going to cancel smoking. So if you were of a certain age, any child born after, I think it was 2008, they could not buy cigarettes. They were going to age it out. Well, the government there in New Zealand did some numbers and said, hey, we can't afford to do this. And it was supposed to take effect this year, January 1.
Oh, wow.
So they came out over the weekend and said, hey, we're not doing this. Now, the health people over there that have been pushing for this, anti-tobacco and all, are saying, oh, this is crazy. You're killing our population, yada, yada, yada. But they just flat out said, hey, look, we are dependent on tobacco as anybody else. We need the tax dollars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least they're being honest.
Right.
So, and I think that's a ludicrous policy anyway. At that point, the fact that you're telling me that there's something in my life that you say I can't do, guess what? I'm going to do that tomorrow just to prove you wrong.
Right.
So this is backwards policies.
I think that is pretty backwards.
And I think England.
It's a shame. It's such a beautiful place, New Zealand.
Yeah, no. England's trying to do the same thing. I think they're going to run into it too. You know, they need their tax money for the Queen.
But we also have news, and this should make you somewhat happy. Merry Christmas, Alabama. Alabama taxpayers will receive a one-time tax rebate beginning this week. The Alabama Department of Revenue will issue $150 for single filers and $300 for married filers beginning on my birthday, December the 1st.
What happened to the 400, Joey? We're supposed to get 400.
I think you were just making that up.
No, that was the article I read. It was the original deal was $400. I don't know what happened to that.
So here's what Governor Ivey had to say about the matter in a statement. From the very beginning, it has been my belief that it is the responsibility of government to be good stewards. Ain't that right? Good stewards of taxpayer dollars, Missy, while actively looking for ways to support citizens through tough times. Our country is in the midst of tough time. And Alabama families from all walks of life, Missy. How about that Iron Bowl? Are unfortunately seeing that their paychecks aren't going as far as they once did, thanks to our unwavering commitment to fiscal responsibility. One-time tax rebates will be with our hardworking Alabamians in time for the holidays. Well, sir,
I will say this, as much as I dog them out, they're going in the right direction. We did get some grocery relief on the taxes there.
Yeah.
And now they're going to give us this, a few $100s that they stole.
They're giving an overtime pay
that's the big one to
exemption.
Me. And only because that in my world, that played a lot. I was an overtime guy.
What's interesting is one of the architects of that is running for Congress, Anthony Daniels.
Is that right?
Yeah, and he's already spent money. And the fact that, I'm telling you folks, it's going to be an interesting competition.
That would get a lot of blue-collar people's attention.
Right. Yeah, and some of the Democrats around here are more conservative than the National Party, and I think a young black Democrat from Alabama actually I think could do quite well in this new congressional district too, but we shall see.
Yeah.
272-9228. Before the top of the hour break, this entire hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And they're at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams, as well as Madeline Cannon, well, they can help you with that house of yours, like you're wanting to buy a place.
Certainly. And honestly, I've seen them close loans in as quick as 12 days.
Wow.
Right. So you could still get a house for Christmas.
Or maybe you're looking for a refinance deal.
They can get that done even quicker, Joe.
And don't you get to skip a month's payment?
Skip a payment, yep.
That way you can maybe enjoy Christmas a little more.
A little bit easier, yeah.
And you won't have to break the bank, and you certainly won't have to take out more debt on a credit card.
True.
And in fact, that's why a lot of folks are refinancing right now, because they're sitting under a weight of credit card debt, with the average APR being something like 29%.
And it's going to continue to go up.
That can be a heavy burden.
Yes.
Why not, if you have equity built up in your home, pay off those credit card debts, get yourself on a sounder economic footing.
Right.
So check them out today. Call Kim and Madeline at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you could always go online, apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. More news and views in the afternoon after this quick break.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Israel and Hamas have agreed to extend their ceasefire for 2 more days past Monday. The announcement made by a spokesman for Qatar's foreign ministry came on the final day of the original 4-day truce between the warring sides. CSX says a failed wheel bearing on a train car caused a derailment that sparked a chemical fire in a small Kentucky town. The accident happened last week and prompted home evacuations. The company said crews were finishing up restoration of that site just north of Livingston. All 16 rail cars involved in the derailment were removed from the site. Crews were able to remove the spilled chemical and 2,500 tons of impacted soil. On Wall Street, the Dow is losing 49 points, but the Nasdaq is up 17. This is SRN News.
P-Factor Betrayal.
I didn't see it coming. Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. The mortgage, car payments, and all the other bills. Even things like our annual summer vacation would be out of reach. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. I knew it was time to stop putting it off and get life insurance right now. I got on my computer and went to ethoslife.com. In just 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected. Thanks to Ethos, my family won't have to worry about the bills if the unpredictable happens to me.
Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's GETETHOS.com.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by the Johnny Adams Law Firm. They want you to stay safe on the road. Please don't text and drive. Get to your destination safely. Your family and friends will thank you. From the Johnny Adams Law Firm.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got a cool forecast for the next few days. Below normal temperatures at least to about Thursday. Today, look for a sun and cloud mix, a breezy, cool day with a high temperature in the mid-50s. Clear, chilly tonight. We'll end up in the low 30s by dawn. Partial sunshine, quite cool tomorrow with a high temperature up to about 54. How about 29 by dawn on Wednesday morning? Then I think we're headed for the upper 50s Wednesday, the mid-60s on Thursday with more sun. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
1819 News.
Well, today is Cyber Monday, which means any more shopping deals that you didn't find on Black Friday could be found online. Websites are now offering big deals on a lot of big-ticket items like home appliances, electronics, big screen TVs, and more. There are also Alabama retailers offering special deals for the largest online shopping day of the year, and in some cases, those deals have been put online ever since this past weekend in order to give shoppers a head start. Cyber Monday was first given that name in 2005 by the National Retail Federation. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Are you enjoying 1819 News? If so, consider joining 1819 News as a member. As a nonprofit news organization, we depend on the support of Alabamians like you. Memberships start out as little as $5 a month, and you'll get access to exclusive content only offered to our members. You'll be supporting independent journalism done by people who cherish Alabama values. Become a member today by visiting 1819news.com and clicking Become a Member. That's 1819news.com and click Become a Member today.
A large federal drug trafficking trial gets underway in Mobile today. Javoris Scarborough is one of the 14 people now facing charges for a drug smuggling ring that involves suitcases being packed with marijuana on flights from California to Mobile. Scarborough has pleaded not guilty to those charges. He was arrested at a Houston, Texas airport after drug-sniffing dogs found traces of marijuana and authorities seized $15,000 in cash. A victim of a road rage incident in Madison County has been released from the hospital following gunshot injuries. The incident happened on Thanksgiving Day in the town of Harvest. The community is outraged at such a crime happening there. The car that the victim was driving had at least 4 bullets fired into it, with the back windshield being shattered. Police are working on leads to this case. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole. Do you have a cell phone or tablet that isn't charging, dying fast, or maybe the screen is damaged? Don't get suckered into buying a new one. XI Repair can fix your current device same day and in under 30 minutes. Their certified technicians fix and recover data from thousands of cell phones, computers, tablets, game consoles, and drones 7 days a week. Give them a call today at 334-777-1234 or visit them online at xirepair.com.
It's that time of the year again, Alabama. That's right, it's Medicare annual enrollment period. This year, why not let United Healthcare guide you through the process to select a Medicare Advantage plan? Whether you choose our easy-to-use online tools or speak with our Medicare plan experts by phone, we can help you find the right United Healthcare plan for your needs and budget. With United Healthcare, you'll feel confident that you're choosing a plan that's right for you. This is Medicare made for Alabama, trusted everywhere. Let us help guide you through our wide range of plans. Call United Healthcare at 1-855-MEET-UHC. That's 1-855-MEET-UHC. 1-855-MEET-UHC. Or go to uhc.com to see your plan options. Annual enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th, so contact United Healthcare today and find your Medicare Advantage plan. Medicare Plan Expert is a licensed insurance sales agent or producer.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the studio with me.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I'm actually kind of looking forward to a full week. Get back in the swing of things.
Now, let me ask you, after having 4 days off, did you find it hard to get going this morning? I really did.
Actually, not mentally. Like,
Yeah.
I felt, other than that crap Napoleon movie, what's wrong with you, Ridley Scott? I believed in you.
Sorry to hear that, buddy.
But other than that, I had a great weekend. But the problem is, I don't know what the heck's going on with my neck.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning in pain. I was having trouble writing this morning.
Try your other hand. Right with it, maybe better.
No, I type.
Oh.
I'm not actually using a pen. And
Oh,
a
you're one
pencil.
of those. Thought you were a little more old schooler than that.
Anyway, on that disappointing note, let's go to Paul. Hey, Paul.
Hello, my bubbas.
How you doing, Paul?
How you doing, man?
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, on the come on, brain, where'd you go? Oh, the taxes on the overtime thing.
Yeah.
I looked that up here a while back, and they only gonna let that run for about 18 months.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a pilot program, they're calling it.
Now, Paul, do you think it'll be...
Pilot my eye too.
So you think they're going to cut it off after 18 months?
They're going to cut it off because they're going to say the state's losing too much money.
That's what I worry
Just
about.
like they're going, just like they're going to do about the food tax. Oh, we can't continue to operate and maintain our budget. We're losing too much tax revenue.
Right. Say everybody who's paid out of the tax pool.
Right.
Meanwhile, as we've already said time and time again, and so has others, they continue to line their silver lining pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think they're silver lined no more. They're more like gold lined and diamond studded. But great days, come on now, people, enough's enough.
I agree.
We're gonna end up revolting against our own state government.
Could be worse. Could be New York.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even leave there.
Eddie Bader, don't make me come up there and drag you out.
I'm just telling you, it could be worse.
Yeah, all that northeast corner up yonder is a trip.
Oh, I agree.
Ain't never done nothing like OTR.
Anything above
Oh, my God.
Millbrook is Yankee territory.
I couldn't agree more. That means you north of Millbrook and Titus, so what's up, Yank?
I'm right on the line, buddy. Right on the line.
All right. Later, my boys.
See you, Paul.
Later, Paul. Good to hear from you. 272-9228. Now, as mentioned earlier, Oliver Stone.
Yes.
He doesn't believe Trump actually lost the 2020 election. He's not convinced that Trump actually lost.
Is he officially on the train yet? Where he is?
Let's hear the story out, because this came from a appearance on Bill Maher's podcast. You know, Bill Maher's pretty
so frustrating, though.
Bill Maher is pretty consistent in
It's
being frustrating
the
to
crap out of me,
everybody.
yes.
But Bill Maher is a perfect example of what people call Trump derangement syndrome.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. There's no doubt.
Like, actually, the guy seems pretty reasonable on
Yeah.
a lot of issues. At
Until
least
you
he
bring
has.
that up.
And if you bring up Trump, he just, all his brain, he goes down 20 IQ points, 30 IQ points.
Yeah. he
Like,
really
well,
does.
but Rachel Maddow told me 4 years ago that the Russian. I'm like, oh no, Bill. Like, wait, you're sitting here criticizing the mainstream media constantly, yet you're still going to believe their stuff. But apparently, Oliver Stone was on with Bill Maher. So here's the deal: we've always thought of Oliver Stone as a Hollywood leftist, right? Yeah. And his Academy Award-winning JFK with Kevin Costner was dismissed as a conspiracy theory.
Big time.
Turns out he was likely closer to right all along, as Tucker Carlson noted in one of his recent segments. That's not the only one. His South of the Border, Oliver Stone's South of the Border documentary about Latin America's wave of elected leftist dictators, was initially criticized as Chavista propaganda, a glossing over of some of the region's worst rulers. Except if you watch the thing, which you should.
Yeah.
You realize he did an extraordinary job of revealing these people as the unattractive pigs that they were. Sleazy, covetous, Imelda-like, sidelong, gangsterly. He actually exposed them in all their glory in a way their worst critics couldn't. That was a useful record of the era. By the way, did you see, what was it, Maduro of Venezuela? Called Javier Milei a neo-Nazi.
No, I did not.
Yeah, because the Nazis were all about abolishing the government, right?
Yep. Oh, boy.
Wow. And the Nazis were like deep supporters of a Jewish state and Zionism, right? Yeah. Sure. Now, Stone criticized government bureaucracy's demonization of ivermectin and vaccine mandates during the COVID era. His criticism of the way the Vietnam War was run by vested interests and swamp bureaucrats was probably spot on, too.
Yep.
So now he's dropped another truth bomb, or at least is circling around it. According to Real Clear Politics, here's what Stone had to say. Maher brought up, well, I mean, Trump doesn't concede elections. The elections only count if we win theory of government. Okay, well, come on. Trump he still has not conceded the election. He has not conceded, Maher goes on. See what I mean by the TDS? Mm-hmm. He does not honor them, okay? And Stone said, I mean, do you know that for a fact that he lost? I'm just curious, Bill. Okay, you're going to make me... I just don't know all the facts, Stone says to Bill Maher. Well, I do. Is there a conspiracy theory that you don't believe? Come on, Bill, you know I'm intelligent. Maher, intelligent? Of course you are. But look, I've had many people sit here and I'd say the same thing to them. Like, the key to getting along in America is not getting into these tribal things. It's understanding that you can have somebody in your life who you go for A, B, and C, and D. We are so aligned and the person is so smart and they really get it. And then E, each of you thinks the other one's crazy, and there's a couple of those with us, but we got A, B, C, and D, so we just, Yeah. Mm-hmm. Stone said, we'll start with that. And Stone goes on and says, I'm just asking. I'm not an expert on the election. I don't go on.
You're not allowed to ask.
I'm not a political junkie. You are. You followed it very closely, Bill. Stone goes on. He says, I don't know. I mean, when you went through the 2000 election, Bill, that was horrifying to me. What happened when the Supreme Court closed that down? What happened here? The popular vote was, What should we do? Do we just keep counting votes forever, or should we still be counting them now? No, count them correctly, Oliver Stone said. Stone goes on, he says, well, I don't know the facts, and I think I would trust the accountants more than the politicians, and I'd like to know what the accountants, the guys who vote, who know the most about votes, who do the electoral commissions, I can't take Biden's word for it on anything. Wow. So Oliver Stone coming around. Now, it seems very clear to me that...
well, he's asking questions.
Well, they changed the laws.
Well, we saw that coming, did we not?
Yeah, they changed the law.
But you're not allowed to ask questions? Even someone... to Bill Maher? Bill Maher goes that nuts because someone asked questions?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he made no accusations. He's simply just asking questions.
And I just bring this up because it's suggesting something weird is going to happen in 2024.
Duh.
Something very odd is going on in this country right now. For all the beautiful things like we saw this weekend, even if you're an Auburn fan, I think you can admit what a show.
Oh, it was a show.
What a game.
Was a show.
But here is now Victor Davis Hanson. And this is a long clip, and I'm going to play it in full.
Okay.
This is Hanson going on about what to expect when it comes to 2024. So let's sit back and listen together, shall we?
Shall we?
They look at Trump as a vampire, and they put a stake in his heart, but they're afraid that that stake could come out any time, that he's undying, and they're afraid of him. They are terrified of him. You know why they're terrified of him? Because they think he's smarter this time, and he has just cause to really get angry because of what they did to him. They can write all of the Atlantic Monthly, and they can write all of the New Yorker clever, glib little essays about Donald Trump was a threat to democracy, or they can write all their little Molly Ball Time essays, how clever and brilliant they were with their cabals and their conspiracies to get rid of him. But deep down inside, they know that if the right ever did that to Barack Obama or Joe Biden, they could have really made something out of the fact that Barack Obama had a hot mic expose where he told the president of Russia, you tell Vladimir that I will be flexible on missile defense. That's the security of the United States of America, if he gives me space in my last election. And Putin did do that. That's an impeachable offense if a phone call to Ukraine is. So they understand that the right could have done that to them. And they understand now the right probably will do that to them for their own survival. And they are scared. They're saying that if a MAGA candidate wins and they win the House and the Senate, we're cooked, because they're going to get special prosecutors and they're going to go after the Biden family like they've never gone after anybody. And they're going to find stuff because we know Joe is crooked. And then they're going to go after Merrick Garland, and they're going to go after Mayorkas, and they're not going to stop. And that's why they're scared. And they're going to do everybody thinks that the danger passed, they got what they wanted. No. You're never going to see anything like what they're going to do in 2024.
Pause it there, because if you got to remember who Victor Davis Hanson is, he's a classics professor, a classicist, could speak, I think, Greek and Latin, write it too. Brilliant guy. His military histories are great. All that aside, just showing he's a smart cookie. I think he was a Democrat all of his life.
Is that right? I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. But he was a farmer. I think it's like fourth, fifth generation of farmers there in Simi Valley. I think it's Selma, California. And he started to notice, especially after NAFTA, the changes. I think they've raised almonds and a few other things. Now he has to rent. He still owns the land, but he leases it now to a larger
almond grower
farmer.
Yeah.
And it's the only way they can compete and make money off the land.
Yeah.
It used to be there was all these families that knew each other, and it's completely changed and gone out the window, and it's this globalist agenda. And then you start to see Victor Davis Hanson getting into how the left, the Democratic Party in particular, but there are a lot of establishment Republicans going along with this. Mitt Romney, just this weekend, well, I'd vote for anybody in the Republican, well, except for Trump and Vivek Ramaswamy. I might even vote for a Democrat. It's like, get out now, Mitt. Please, I don't care that you said you're going to resign. Get out now. But these folks, the establishment so-called, are willing to jettison all sorts of norms about the democracy. They're willing to go to the extreme. This is exactly what Victor Davis Hanson is saying. They're going to get a taste of their own medicine if they lose, and they should.
they're going to get it.
And they'll scream and cry that this is the end of democracy. No, democracy's been dead for a while in this country. We still vote. But for the longest time, it's been a little cabal of the donor class and so many of these other establishment politicians, not to mention the media and the university system and so many others that just have these great positions of power, and they don't seem to be accountable at all.
Correct.
No, you deserve a taste of your own medicine. So Victor Davis Hanson goes on.
All of this could have been reconciled. All they had to do was say Donald Trump should not be president, if that's what they believe. And we're not going to do any lawfare. We're not going to try to change the voting laws. We're not going to pack the court. We're not going to let in 2 states. We're not going to try to abolish the Senate filibuster. We're not going to try to change the voting ID laws. We're just going to play under the rules that we have. We don't need $419 million by Mark Zuckerberg infused. We don't need Sam Bankman-Fried, the crook, giving us $100 million. We're not going to go under the radar with George. So we're just going to show you, the American people, how we think Donald Trump should not be president, and we'll have a fair, and they can't do that. They don't trust themselves. They think, you know what? Anybody in his right mind would close that border right now. Close the border. Anybody in his right mind would recall all of those DAs that have destroyed these major cities. Anybody in his right mind would not beg the Saudis or the Venezuelans or the Russians or the Iranians to pump oil on the eve of a midterm or drain their strategic petroleum when you have so much natural gas and oil. Nobody in their right mind would do that. And nobody in their right mind would ever just pull out of Afghanistan without warning, just so Joe Biden can say that on the 20th anniversary of 9/11 or the original October invasion of Afghanistan, I'm the president that got us out. Nobody would do that. And nobody would print $6 trillion when there's a pent-up demand post-COVID lockdown and there's a supply chain disruption, and throw that money without any audit or examination of who got it and why and how it was spent, but to inflate the economy and ruin it. Nobody would do that. And so they know that. And they know that they can't take that record to the American people. They have a deductive mind because they're ideologue. So they start with the premise that we're for social justice and for equity of result. And so we're morally superior and smarter than anybody else. And therefore we are entitled to do things that other people don't do. And so if under the cover of COVID and frightening people about COVID, we can change all the voting laws so that 30% instead of voting absentee and early voting shall become 70% in most states with very little audit of the level necessary to authenticate most ballots. They just do all this stuff because they start with a deductive principle. We are better. This is the vision, and therefore the following must happen. And if things don't fit the narrative, then they go after the person, they censor it. That's how they work. And if you keep that in mind, then everybody makes sense. And what I'm saying is they go on from one lie to the next. So everybody now knows that Donald Trump, we just discussed it, was impeached for things that Joe Biden got away with. Okay. Everybody knows the laptop was authentic. Everybody knows that now. Everybody knows that it would have made a big difference on that debate when Donald Trump said it was, and Joe Biden said, no, 51 authorities. Everybody knew that Daschenko and Charles, or whatever his name, Dolan, and Christopher Steele were frauds, and especially Glenn Simpson, and that Hillary Clinton took over an old Never-Trumper file, inflated it with $1 million, got the FBI on it to hire Christopher Steele as a consultant informant, hid her so-called legal expenses, and she was fined and cited for that violation through Perkins Coie, Fusion GPS, DNC, and that file was fraudulent. It was made up. I said that from the first time I saw it. Everything in it was false. And yet we wasted 22 months and $40 million to know it was obvious. No apology. In fact, not only no apologies, they got Pulitzer Prize winners, some of the reporters. Every time they give these monstrous lies, there's no apologies. And why should they? Because in their way, they're just narratives. They're postmodern Foucauldian, Lacan, Derrida narratives. They were useful. So that's what they look back. Well, they were useful at the time, because when we went through the Mueller investigation, when we went through the laptop, we crippled Donald Trump, and therefore we were able to stop him. We had Anonymous. He was burrowed deep into the Homeland Security. He was a minor official, but we said he was one of the major operatives in the Trump administration. We lied. And then we printed his op-ed because it did what it was supposed to do. It weakened this right-wing agenda, so they think. And we got Admiral McRaven, and he came in and wrote an op-ed and said Trump should leave, the sooner the better. And then we got all of the 4 stars, McCaffrey, McChrystal, all of them, to say that Trump was Hitler, that he was Mussolini, that he was a liar, that he was danger. We got Mark Milley to call the Chinese. We did all of this. And yes, we do not want this to be done to us. If right now a retired 4-star general says that Joe Biden is senile, or he's dangerous, or the Afghanistan is a disaster, and he should be removed sooner or later, or his weaponization of the DOJ or the FBI is Mussolini-like, or his hounding of individual people at school boards, or the way he conducted the Mar-a-Lago raid is remnant of, it's Nazi-like. And I'm just quoting from what they've said. You know what's going to happen to those people? You're going to get Merrick Garland to call up the Pentagon, and they're all going to be slapped with a Code 88 Uniform Code of Military Justice, and they're going to be court-martialed for disparaging the commander-in-chief. Trust me, they would in 2 seconds, and that's not going to happen. First, they're not going to say anything because they're not equally going to apply their standards of correct behavior on the part of and second all, they're going to say something with Donald Trump because they know that the media and the Pentagon are not going to do anything to them. Now, oh man, they would destroy them if they ever criticize the commander-in-chief. They would go after him like you wouldn't believe, and they know that. And so what we're talking about, I guess, to sum up and end this, they understand deterrence. They are saying to the American people, we are SOBs. We're capable of everything and anything. Now, which side do you want to be on? Because if you're on our side, you can do what Hunter Biden is. There's no consequences. If you want to say that the voting machines are crooked, like Jill Stein, go ahead. She did in 2016. If you want to be Barbara Boxer and 32 Democrats and say, you know what, we're not going to certify the Ohio count and hold up the whole election. We're going to try to do that. Don't worry. They did it in 2004. If you're Al Gore and the registrar and the attorney general says, well, the votes have been counted and they have been certified in Florida. Oh, no, we're going to sue. We're going to sue and hold up the entire election for a month. And so you can do all of that as long as you're on our side. But if you don't do that and you want to go on the other side, then you're going to be in big trouble. And that's the message that they're trying to say. That's what we're really getting down to. Join the winning side. It's sort of like in the Soviet Union. If you're part of the nomenclatura and you join the party, you're exempt. If you're not, well, you're on your own. People say to me, well, you're an academic and you spent your whole life. How did you deal with those 94% of all academics are left-wing? And I'm just using that percentage because that's a percentage of those who give money to political campaigns. 94% go to left-wing or Democratic causes. And they said, why are they so left-wing? Is it they have tenure? They're exempt from the worrying about losing their job. They have guaranteed step increases. They have a 9-month work year. Is it because they teach their 1 or 2 classes a semester? What is it that makes them, are they idealistic because they deal with words? Or I said, no. They understand if you want to get tenure and you want to be promoted and you want to be liked, you just parrot the majority cause. If it paid better, they'd be fascist.
Victor Davis Hanson, folks. That is going viral for good reason.
Yeah, it should.
Sums it all up there. 2729228. What a year we got ahead of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, try to remember the really important things like faith and family and, well, all those so-called useless things we do that aren't as important as voting. those, I think, at the end of the day, are the things most important that you actually have control over. You have a lot more control over who your family or friends are than who becomes your next president. And I think the side that realizes that first is the one that's going to be able to break this dark cloud hanging over the country. How about this? Let's hit a break.
All right.
272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. More news and views in the afternoon after this.
Joey Clark.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a famous broadcaster.
Hey man, what's happening?
Now, I understand you radio people move a lot. Is that correct?
Yeah, sometime.
Well, how does this affect your taking care of your retirement money?
Oh man, I don't give that a second thought because my buddy David Ernest, he's my money man.
Your money man?
With the money plan.
I see.
So no matter where I go up and down the dial, David has my back, you know?
I'll bet you know some phone numbers our listeners could call to talk with David Ernest.
334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839.
And he has a website at retirewithernest.com.
Hey, you're on top of it today, man.
I also understand that you hold some sort of a record in broadcasting.
Yes. I was the first person to put together a show with myself, a duck, a chicken, and a goose. But it didn't last long. We got taken off the air.
Why were you taken off the air?
Too much foul language, man.
Oh, my.
So I wasn't crazy about that one myself.
The Sunken Tractor Cafe serves quick home-cooked food like gyros, barbecue pork smoked beef roast, and huge garlic butter steak burgers. The smoked brisket and Reuben sandwiches are to die for. They also serve wine and beer. Visit them in Wetumpka on Maherg Road, Facebook, or at sunkentractor.com for more information.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the house. How you doing, Eddie?
All right, man.
Yeah, I'm doing all right, too. It's a little nipply or chilly.
It is getting a little chilly in here.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going by my son's house to pick up some firewood.
Really?
I'm going to get ready for the chill, yeah. In fact, tonight I'll start making a pot of chili.
Oh, really? Do you have a special chili recipe?
No, I'd like to say I do. I get this one box that says chili on it. It's got all the stuff in there.
Like you don't go with your particular meats and beans?
No, I throw some burger in there,
spice.
some beans, and then usually I just add crap as we go.
Yeah, the uncle called earlier. We had chili on Wednesday night, and he made it. And that's freaking great. Because he doesn't load it up with a bunch of liquid and beans. It's mostly just meat. It's fantastic.
I really want to put some Kaneka in there, too. I might do that.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah,
I took Kaneka and put it in there.
That's good.
Myself, yeah. I might even taken some of those Frito scoops.
Yes.
This is how I got fat. Like Frito scoops, and they had some queso dip.
Ooh.
and I'd scoop queso strategically into a big old scoop and then drop that in the chili.
Joey, that was
And
not
then a
your
little sour
fault.
cream on top, a little cheddar too on top.
That's not your fault. That's just peer pressure.
No, that's just.
Well, that sounds
that
delicious.
was just correct.
I got to add that to my list.
Oh my goodness,
Sour
I
cream
can
for my chili.
eat. Now I did watch a good movie this over the holidays.
Yeah, what'd you watch?
On the big ass TV? Watched Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning.
Is that the one with? Oh, I can't think of his name.
Same actress that plays Josephine in Napoleon, Vanessa Kirby, is in this movie as well.
Oh, then I do know.
Very good looking woman.
Yeah, I didn't know that she was in Napoleon.
Yeah, it would have been a good movie, but it's just like it would go from battle scenes to like.
What was it? Somewhat chick flickish then? In that?
No. How do I say this in FCC appropriate ways? If you have children in the car, you might want to turn the dial.
That bad?
Napoleon was known for, in terms of his prowess, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That he had none.
Oh.
And then he treated that aspect of his life, the bedroom, in the same way he kind of treated his battles. It was like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Like, real quick. Bup, 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 bup. Oh, hopefully that'll bring us a son. Yeah, and they show that.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no, like,
Why
straight
show
up
that?
nudity,
Of
but
all
they
things,
show
yeah.
him doing that, like a Energizer bunny. No,
see.
and then he's done.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that was odd. But Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning kind of got lost in the mix because it came out around the same time as the Barbie and the Oppenheimer phenomenon.
Okay.
And so I didn't see it in theaters, but watching it, it's a part 1, and there's going to be a part 2 coming out next year, I think.
Okay.
Tom Cruise knows how to make a kick-butt action movie. I'll give
Tom
him that.
Cruise, yeah.
I don't know, he's a weird little Scientologist. Weird little
but he's
man. Now,
good at
maybe
making movies, though.
Maybe as he gets older, he could be Nick Saban in a biopic.
He's got the intensity for it, and he's got
Seriously.
the height for it. Yeah.
No, and he's starting to, they could put a little, like, old makeup on him. Like, no, I bet you he could pull that off, roll off.
Was he in Tropic Thunder? Was that the guy?
Yes, he is.
Okay,
in
that was the
Tropic
movie.
Thunder.
I love that then.
He's freaking
I
great
couldn't
in
remember if that
Tropic
was the
Thunder.
movie, but yes, I love that.
That, by
scene
the
in
way,
Tropic
is a
Thunder.
comedy classic.
When he's dressed up in the fat suit and he's dancing at the end. Oh,
No.
yeah. I'm digging it, man.
And Robert Downey Jr. in
Oh,
the
yes.
blackface. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well,
it's
Ben
so
Stiller.
damn good. Ben Stiller's
He couldn't
great
play
in
that
it.
part
Jack
again.
Black's great in it.
That movie could not be made again.
Oh, it's so funny. Like, yeah, it's a brilliance in
Yeah.
Hollywood. But yeah, you're right. I don't think they can make that
No,
again. Now,
no way.
On the live stream, again, Joey Clark Live on YouTube.
Like and subscribe.
Number one, Mark Cumby saying beans ruin chili.
I do know some people that straight up there,
I'm not
especially for their
a-
hot dogs, they like a non-bean
Right.
chili. But
I'm
I
not
like
a
some
beans guy, really.
Yeah?
Like, I mean, baked beans taste good. I'm not going to
Oh, I
deny
love baked
that.
beans.
I don't usually go for them though.
Yeah.
Like even I like
I just bet they put the
like
meat
butter
in there, too.
beans. I like all sorts of kind of down home cooking.
Yeah.
It's just not what I think of normally. Yeah, but chili just needs to be meat.
Well,
But,
from a hot dog, but if I'm making chili, I put some beans in there too.
But Kelly, who confirms that she's all woman.
Good deal.
I like hearing that. She says if you haven't seen the movie Rob Roy with Liam Neeson, do yourself a favor and watch it. It's actually based on a true Highlander of the 18th century. It is absolutely one of the best films ever made. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I recently rewatched Gangs of New York.
Yes.
Liam Neeson's it's a short scene, but he's pretty great in that movie. But I've not seen Rob Roy. I'll have to check that out, Kelly. I appreciate the suggestion there. Anyway, I'm just how we got into politics there for a second.
Yeah.
It's depressing, ain't it?
Very. Very.
How are we going to do a show this next year?
The one thing I am taking pleasure in is watching Trudeau, watching Canada, because they're finally standing up to Trudeau. And I cannot think of the guy's name. We've had him on here before. We've played a couple of his clips. He reminds me of Vivek. Well, he will have a conversation with anybody, and he does not get
this
upset.
Pierre Polier or whatever.
He does.
He's fantastic.
He is the same speed all the time.
Yeah, I like seeing this. And there's other people out there saying, hey, it's not just Latin America. Peter St. Onge, we talk about, he was showcasing the populist movements in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Like a big shift is coming. Now, I will say, there are some parties there in Europe. I don't know if you're aware of these guys, Eddie, but there are a few of those right-wing parties in Europe. Yeah, I don't think we should go that direction. Like, there's different types of right wing. Like, Javier Milei in Argentina wants to get rid of most of the government. Like, get rid of 10 of the 18 agencies, get rid of the central bank. Like, he wants to bring back freedom, or liberty, damn it, as was running on it. But then you do get, especially in the European context, some, I would call it fascist.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think Europe needs to necessarily go that direction. But then everything is...
That's their world. It's not mine.
Right.
It's their world.
And it's hard to know. Like, can't we get out of the freaking 20th century where it's like you're either a commie or a fascist? Like, can't we have a thing called liberty?
No,
can't we have a unique thing called America?
We have to have labels for everything, and usually those labels are demeaning. You can't just say Joey's a good guy. It's Joey is a liberal. Joey is this. What's wrong with Joey's a good guy? He's a person where he has many different thoughts. Why try to put a label on somebody? That's to demean them. That's why.
Let's go to the phones and talk to Donkey Lori. Hey, Donkey Lori.
Hey, Lori.
Hey, guys. I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving.
It was wonderful.
We really did.
Okay, I don't want to comment on any politics or news or anything like that, but I do want to throw a chili comment and a beans comment.
Okay.
All
right.
Okay. I changed up a little bit of how I make my chili now, and now I can't I have to make it this way all the time now. We get our beef from a local butcher shop here in Wetumpka.
Okay.
It's fantastic. So I do the ground beef, fresh ground beef, not frozen.
Right.
But I added beef tips.
Ooh, Lori.
And when
Did you
I'm
say
browning
beef
the
tips?
Shut your mouth.
Beef tips, and then I even get like the kitchen scissors and I cut them up a little bit smaller. And as I'm browning them, I brown the ground beef separately. But as I'm browning the beef tips, I sprinkle just a little bit of chili seasoning on them as I'm browning them. But I do add baby portobello mushrooms, y'all. I put sliced black olives in my chili. It just does something for it. And then I use, instead of the traditional red kidney beans, I use chili seasoned black beans, chili seasoned white beans that you would normally put in like white chicken chili. Anyway, it's banging. It's the bomb. And now my husband is like, you got to have the beef tips, and because every bite you get from ground beef and beef tips, so it's like a meaty chili.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good.
That sounds really good.
And then the way that you serve it. Now, I don't do a whole lot of rice, but my husband put a little white rice on the bottom with chili on top. Sprinkle you some like Sargento finely shredded cheddar cheese. Cut you up some scallions or some raw onion on top. Throw you a dollop of sour cream in the middle, and bam, boom, boom, bam, yeah. Okay.
Really good.
Beans. I just made a pot this weekend because it was cold and rainy.
Yes.
It's just like a great meal. I get one of the 15 bean soup bags, and I go to my favorite local barbecue joint, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say their name on air. Just tell me if I'm not.
Say it.
Go
We'll
ahead.
See. Champ's Barbecue.
Oh, they're the best.
Yeah.
Wallsboro
Yep.
area.
Yep.
And because my husband loves their ribs so much, he never puts sauce on them. He doesn't even get sauce on the side. So what we do is we go get a rack of ribs, and I think he got a half a rack this time, half a slab this time. And I do the 15 bean soup, cut up onion, throw it in there, cut me up either red bell pepper, green bell pepper. As it's starting to roll to a boil, put it in there. I do add extra seasonings in there. I do a lot of but anyway, throw those ribs with meat and all in the pot. Bring it to a rolling boil, and then let it kind of cook on medium for a few hours, and eventually put it down on simmer. Now, there's a cornbread mix that is it's got a Are we jamming? I love the way you say that.
Are we jamming?
Are we jamming? It's like crusties or crust.
Yes.
You know,
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, and it's their honey cornbread. So what you do, and my neighbor has chicken, so I use farm fresh eggs in it. When you get the cornbread mix in the pan ready to go in the oven, I get your local honey out of the cabinet, drizzle your local honey on top, then take a butter knife and kind of swirl it around on top. And then when that cornbread comes out of the oven, some butter, let it melt on top, and then take a little more honey and drizzle it on top. Take your square of cornbread, put it in a bowl, grab you a big old scoop of that 15 bean soup with the and the rib meat falls off the bones, y'all. It just, boom. Cold rain this weekend, but it wasn't cold and rainy inside. Got a food coma afterwards.
I bet. See, that would make I would end up slapping somebody. That's so good.
It is, and like the more that it gets kind of the beans loose, like they're shaping everything, and it gets all
congealed.
Yeah, congealed. Yeah, because there's nothing good to talk about in politics or news, but we could talk food all day long.
Oh, yeah, I'm starving.
Oh, man, I'm hungry now.
Guys,
honestly, I haven't eaten all day. I haven't eaten since last night. I'm hungry.
I tell you what, for Christmas, y'all let me know. I will bring y'all a sample of my chili, and I'll bring you a sample of my 15 bean soup. I'll drop it off at the station.
Okay.
Give you guys a little something to have over the holidays.
That sounds like a plan. Tomorrow would be good.
I promise before Christmas I will get you some, okay?
All right. Thank you, Lori.
All right, guys. Bye.
That was awesome. That sounds good there. Let's go to Randall. Hey,
Randall.
Hey, fellas. I don't know. I guess y'all was talking across Facebook. Brought up a white chicken chili. Y'all ever heard?
I've had that. It's pretty good. Different, but it's good.
Is it like the ragu, like the white sauce for chicken Alfredo? Is that this?
No, it was just basically kind of remind me of. They call it white, but it's not really white. It's just clear, really. It's just a soupy, like a tortilla soup, is what it reminds me of.
I seen it. I don't know. It popped up on Facebook. And I was like, man, ain't that something I gotta call as edit? Because y'all said I guess something about white and the chili, and then it popped up on here. So I had to come. I didn't know if y'all had it. I had never seen it. I didn't know if it was kind of like an Alabama thing, like the Alabama white sauce, the barbecue sauce. I didn't know if it was something we done come up with when Red Top was smoking in the corner or something. You know, I didn't know. Cause man, I don't see how it could taste like chili. I mean, I just couldn't imagine it, so I was calling to ask. But it still got the chili taste, so just white, huh?
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Man, hey, Merry Christmas coming up to y'all, man. I hope everybody here gets blessed like you should, man. Y'all receive everything y'all got coming y'all way, and you receive it openly. And you don't block none of it, baby. I hope y'all get it all.
Well, thank you, Randall.
Right back at you.
Y'all. Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, brother. 272-9228. We got to do this quick, but Lori's back.
Yeah, she said she's got white chicken.
White chicken chili is something that you do not have to be creative about at all. The reason why they call it white is because it's made with white beans. It's made with northern beans. Great northern beans, all right? So you don't dump any of the juice. You put all the juice from the northern beans in the pot. You add your chicken, which you cook your chicken first. That's what you do. But the white chicken chili flavor comes from the seasoning packets of the white chicken. You don't even have to really have a brain in your head to make white chicken chili, and it still turns out like
good news for us, Eddie. All right.
I'm glad she told us to cook that chicken first, though.
Yeah. Now, but you try that old salmon trick. You can't get salmonella from salmon.
Give it a go.
Yeah, it's not possible.
Give it a go.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Lori.
If somebody takes me seriously and gets salmonella poisoning,
this is why you can't run for office.
Yeah,
these statements
too sarcastic. Yeah,
because someone's going, well, Joey on the radio said
that in my internet history.
Yeesh. Yeah, that's everybody nowadays, though.
Yeah,
come on, that's everybody.
Hey, before the break, this part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And there at Montgomery Men's Health, they can help you, men out with any of those problems, but especially what they specialize in. Something wrong with that. But they specialize in helping men out who have, symptoms of low testosterone. Low T is a very real problem these days, all across the Western developed world, but especially here in North America. So here's the deal. If you're feeling run down, tired, notice a lack of energy and motivation and drive throughout the day, including no sex drive to speak of, and your wife's
no fun with that.
Your wife's a forest fire and you're not even interested, just don't feel like you used to. It could be low T. So why not stop by Montgomery Men's Health or just call them up at 440-3663, make an appointment, and for only $99, it's just a quick blood draw. You can know your testosterone numbers, and if you do in fact have low T, they have treatments there that can truly change your life. Most men, after these treatments, experience higher energy, better gains at the gym.
Brother.
That's right, brother. Better mental clarity, improved sleep patterns. You may even notice an increased libido.
Ain't nothing wrong with that,
There's
Joey.
a lot right with it. So check out Montgomery Men's Health today. Again, that number, 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com and be sure to tell them, well, you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon. Is Ray Bowles back?
I believe we'll go find out here in a minute.
Y'all stay tuned.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From a little fender bender to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For over 35 years, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got a cool forecast for the next few days. Below normal temperatures at least to about Thursday. Today, look for a sun and cloud mix, a breezy, cool day with a high temperature in the mid-50s. Clear, chilly tonight. We'll end up in the low 30s by dawn. Partial sunshine, quite cool tomorrow with a high temperature up to about 54. How about 29 by dawn on Wednesday morning? Then I think we're headed for the upper 50s Wednesday, the mid-60s on Thursday with more sun. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Web Bobo with Capital Tractor. For work at your hunting camp or a job site, you need a utility vehicle you can depend on. The Kubota Sidekick from Capital Tractor, power to haul and top speeds of 40 miles per hour. Kubota and Capital Tractor in Montgomery, Brundage, and Greenville.
Don't miss it. Today is the last day to take advantage of the gift card bonus special at Gray's Tire and Auto. Today, Monday, November 27th, stop by any location of Gray's, and for every $100 in gift cards you buy, starting at $200, you'll receive a bonus $25 gift card for every $100.
Use these cards as gifts, keep them for yourself. It doesn't matter. Name brand tires at rock bottom prices and the best repair warranty in the business. Only at Gray's Tire and Auto.
Get ready for a jolly good time for the first Santa Drop event in Prattville at the Willis Bradford YMCA. Join them December 2nd for this magical event when the holiday spirit takes flight. Watch in awe as Santa Claus and the Grinch parachute from the North Pole, spreading good cheer to all. Bring the family and enjoy all the festive activities. Enjoy tasty treats from food trucks while the kids play in the inflatables. Register for the free $2,000 shopping spree, along with a chance to win a free roof from I Am Roofing. There's no admission, just bring a new toy for the toy drive. Don't miss this magical moment. Saturday, December 2nd at Willis Bradford YMCA. Presented by I Am Roofing, At Home Real Estate Team, and Renaissance Mortgage Lending. Some restrictions apply to win the roof, and you must be present to win.
Is your cell phone or iPad cracked, broken, or not working right? Don't let the big carrier stores sucker you into a new $1,100 device. Let XI Repair fix your device today. XI Repair fixes cell phones, computers, laptops, iPads, game consoles, drones, and more. Their certified technicians fix hundreds of devices every day. When your device needs care, call XI Repair, 334-777-1234, or Google XI Repair. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
Good. I'm so glad to be home. Next year, if they say, hey, I'm going somewhere for Thanksgiving,
Yeah?
please remind me not to do that.
Oh, come on, Ray.
Traffic was a nightmare yesterday.
I didn't think about
Usually from LJ to home is 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
It was like 6.5 hours.
Ooh, good
Just
Lord.
A complete nightmare.
Oh, that is awful.
Ooh.
Well, we had a grandbaby with us, and they tend to have a small bladder. That's
Yep.
Yeah, and you don't want to tell them no.
No. No, you don't.
No, not in that situation. You don't tell them no. Of course, I don't really like telling them no anyway. We were at Walmart, and he's like, "Can I have that?" I'm saying, "Sure." Big. And Morgan's like, "How am I going to get this home?" I'm like, "That's your problem, not mine."
Right. Grandparent did his job. He said yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great. We become hypocrites instantly. Hey, let me ask you this question: Did y'all? I was thinking of that last ad. You want a magical moment in your life? Let me be Santa Claus and send my elves in to put your floors down.
Oh, yeah, you will, won't you?
We will do everything except for move the Christmas tree.
Oh, nice. And
I love you guys, but I'm not moving the Christmas tree.
But wait, these sales that usually stop in October, like it's going through December, right?
It is going through December. We still have another month of these prices. And I actually called the vice president of Mohawk last week and told him how much I appreciated him doing that, because it has really, really helped us. It's helped our customers all the way around. So, in all seriousness, if you're in need of a floor, call us at 285-8117. Let us come back, get a free measurement. Next thing you know, you got a floor down. Just that simple.
Really is that simple, folks. 285-8117. And when you call 285-8117, be sure to tell them you heard Ray Bowles, the man himself, on News and Views with Joey and Eddie.
Guys, y'all have a great day.
You too, Ray. See you, brother.
272-9228. Did we learn anything today, Eddie, or are we mostly just having fun on
we
Fumes
learned
from the
that
holidays?
We had some fun, but we also learned that even with the Iron Bowl, as many people as were divided, a couple days go by, and we're all back to one big happy family in the SEC.
What?
We're all big one happy family now.
Are we?
Yes. We want Alabama to lose against Georgia, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we're all big one happy family.
Yeah. One big happy family. I think you're onto something there.
You know how family is, buddy.
Yeah. I learned that the Napoleon movie sucked.
So it wouldn't be a great first date movie?
No. No.
Okay. Good to know.
I mean, I'm like, you could at least throw in the fact that he had 23 mistresses. This is after his wife started sleeping around on him. Like, he's off to war in Egypt. She starts sleeping with some dude, and it's in the press.
Everybody knows, Joey, when the cat's away, the mouse will play. So that's on him.
Oh, too many strumpets these days.
That's on him, man.
Bring that word back. Strumpet.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It's true. There are a lot of male strumpets out there, too. Can't keep it in their pants.
Oh, yes, there are.
Right. Especially these politicians.
A lot of them are politicians,
keep
too,
your
Joey.
Pants on, gentlemen. And ladies, for that matter, too. You know, all these ladies meant to replace the men. They're acting just like the men.
They know what works.
It was like power corrupts no matter your sex.
They said, hey, this worked in the past. Worked for them. Why not work for me?
Yeah. Hate that I was right about that. I
Yeah.
called that years ago.
Yeah, you
More
did.
and more young women were jumping in.
But there's still time for people to change.
Yeah, I hope they change.
Yeah.
You got to hope that.
Of course. What else we got? Hope and change.
Hey, let's get out of here.
All right.
Hopefully the news itself won't be as depressing, but no guarantees. I mean, the good news is a fourth round of hostage releases is now underway,
Right.
so more and more folks getting out of the Gaza Strip, and that is
good news.
genuine good news right there.
Yes, sir.
Y'all stay tuned. Happy Hour with Greg's next. He just sent me a text, though, Ed. He said, ask Eddie if he remembers his trumpet with a trumpet.
No.
No. Greg. No.
Camera's off yet?
Not yet. Y'all stay tuned for Happy Hour. They're next.